Alright, what's up y'all? It's Lake2 here. As you can see by the title of today's video, we have Global Challenge Day 3, all 15 games with Paris Trap only in Pokemon Champions. So, this is the exact squad we're going to have for it. If you guys want to check out Day 2 or Day 1, for that matter as well, it's already up on the channel if you'd like to watch these in order. Or, just in general, this is good content for you guys to be able to see the good and the bad of Paris Trap and what type of matchups we struggle against or what type of matchups we really do good into. Or also just to find out, is this playstyle viable against the top of the top competition, as well as also just seeing them play in a lot of meta teams for that matter too. So I will open up to you guys and say before you watch this, I do have a lot of plans of still adjusting the team, but I've always had plans of adjusting the team. Like, truth be told, the only reason I've locked in for 45 games with the same exact squad is just because the event forces you to. So that's about as simple as that, right? I don't really like to do a lot of repetitive gaming with like the same exact team, the same exact moves, and the same exact EVs and like stat spreads and stuff like that. I like to adjust and like kind of try new things, you know. But this event has kind of forced us into an idea where we just play into this exact same team. So it's what you're seeing with the gameplay. But even still, I've had good times with the team. I've had bad times of the team. It's as simple as that. So our overall record, let me pull it up real quick and I can give you guys the quick little breakdown before we get you into the video. Our overall record for day 1 was 11-4. Our overall record for day 2 was 9-6. So overall that makes us 20-10. We are pretty much treading water at about a 67 win percent rate, which is still not bad, all things considered, but certainly could be better, I will say. Now, again, I don't want any spoilers for these gameplays because if you guys are watching for entertainment purposes rather than informational purposes, I don't want to ruin what the outcome was of this entire video. Obviously, it'd be kind of annoying. So we're not going to do that. I will talk to you at the end with some post commentary for some recap, though, for those who do make it all the way through this video somehow. It's going to be a long one, so brace yourself. But anyway, yeah, if you just throw this on for some sleep or something like that too, or just want some background noise while you're heading to bed, I totally understand. Or if you want this just on in the background so you can kind of take in the environment of the Paris Trap, start, you know, like you could obviously pay attention to parts that you do want to, not do it when you don't want to, stuff like that. Just a lot of different potentials of avenue that you could use this as content. And again, for those that want to be diligent and watch the whole thing very detailed and like break it all down, we obviously have this for you so you can see the good and the bad in general. So anyway, as you can see, this is the team code if you guys would like to check it out. And this is the exact set of moves and stat spreads that we have for the entire run. So feel free to, check it out. I hope you guys enjoy the Day 3 Global Challenge gaming right here. And I will catch you with some post commentary. If you enjoyed the video or you want to just show some support, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. But anyway, let's get you into the games. This is going to be a pretty long video, as were the other ones as well. And yeah, like I said, I'll catch you guys at the end with the post commentary. All right, y'all, here we go into Day 3. I feel a little sort of sick, so I might not sound the greatest, but we're going to keep pushing through this, try and get a nice little Day 3 going here. All right, so interesting squad. I know Gallade has inner focus, or at least it's very possible, so the fake out into them could be a little tough. Sableye looks like great value here, though, all things considered. Snorlax, sorta, kinda. Sorta? Let me think. I think one thing's for sure, we definitely want Sableye Gengar lead, and we can just like disable the first psychic move that comes out, and we double protect probably if Gallade is on the field. I don't know how we feel about Incineroar with that in mind as well, plus a lot of water types being threatened here. Kommo-o is huge for Mega Gyarados. We definitely want to bring that just in case they have that instead. And then he could still wall a lot of the water type stuff. Politoed, Archaludon. I mean, I feel pretty comfortable with the idea of Snorlax here, but just trying to think, is Prim valuable at all either? Not really, to be honest. I don't think Prim sees a whole lot of value here. So I think this is the squad right here. Hold on, I gotta move the mic a little bit closer. That's what we've been doing for all the videos. Yeah, I think we feel pretty good about this. If they go Pell Arch, we probably just do this the same old way as always, where I just like fake out plus protect the Gengar, or at least that's what we've been doing recently. Just so that we can't get the Pelipper can't get like a Tailwind online. Let's see what they do though. Okay, it's Gyarados. All right, let me think. Well, I think what I'd probably like to do then is Perish plus Fake Out into the Gyarados. to be completely honest. Because if this does go Mega, this is our only opening to do it. So, yeah. Does Mold Breaker let you switch out of Shadow Tag? I am going to have to look that up. Ah, man. According to AI, Mold Breaker does not let you switch out of Shadow Tag. Okay. I don't enjoy that, those answers come up automatically and whatnot, through the AI stuff, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're leaving ourselves exposed to Pelipper turn 1 here. It is what it is. My hope is that it clicks Tailwind. That'd be great. Maybe they don't understand how, like, menacing that could be if we were to do that to them. And it is indeed Mega Gyarados, so yep, this is our one opening to be able to get this turn off. I think if it's Tailwind, we Encore Pelipper and then protect Gengar, or debatably we need to switch out because if it is Tailwind, that means that we don't have the potential to... We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If it's not Tailwind, I disable after the double protect, and we probably just survive with, like, you know... Okay, they go Weather Ball into Sableye. Alright, I think this means we go double protect. The only problem is I'm leaving things very, very vulnerable to Gyarados. Like, if I don't get something like... Well, we don't even have Incineroar here, so we don't even have switching moves. So we kind of have to commit to this, no matter what. So yeah, I think this is it. If it goes Dragon Dance, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty menacing. But yeah, Sableye can't really do anything to Gyarados, so it's all in Gengar's hands at this point, in order to, like, shut Gyarados down. Problem is, I think Pelipper could potentially go for another Weather Ball. Or if it doesn't, Tailwind is pretty tough, because then that means Gyarados is going to outspeed and KO Gengar as well. Let me go look into some Mega Gyarados stuff. I don't think anybody should be protecting on their squad here. Mega Gyarados +1 speed. He'd have to be... Okay, Hurricane. He'd have to be a speed up nature. They go Waterfall. The problem is, I think this could leave us pretty vulnerable. I think what we're unfortunately going to do is we... Shoot, man. Because, like, part of me wants to just kind of sacrifice Sableye right here. I mean, what we could do is hit Disable plus Disable. The problem is, they can kind of spoof me on that a little bit by going, like, Crunch Gyarados, you know what I mean? And that would really troll things. So, basically, what I think the move could be is I hope they take a KO into Sableye. Yeah, like, we could hope for that. If anything, I could even Encore, like, Pelipper. Although it used Hurricane. Dude, shoot. We're just... Oh, shoot. Okay, whatever. We disable Hurricane, I guess, for safer combo switch in. Ah, man. I wanted to, like, do nothing on that turn, but I didn't want to, like, double protect in case it actually protects Sableye. But then if we Encore somebody, it could be bad, too. So, I guess this could get bad as well. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually likely this doesn't go in our favor. Okay, hey, that works. Let's take a Weather Ball and a Sableye. Lucked out here a little bit, to be real with y'all. Because now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring Gengar back in on the next turn, and as you can see, yeah, Crunch or Waterfall really wouldn't do anything into combo. No defense drop would be great. Okay, yeah, cool. And now we can double protect. Easy. What is still left, probably? No Gallade, if they brought Gyarados. So I'm guessing it's Arch. And speaking of which, the rain is going to end. The turn after is a little bit tough. Because then that means that we will have no Protect available. Well, Pelipper's Hurricane is disabled right now. And low-key, Kamo maybe could just hit Rest right now, anticipating damage coming into him. I don't know how much I like that, though. Also, we kind of left ourselves in a bit of a tough situation, just off the fact that now we don't have, like, for instance... Well, hold on. Gyarados is using what? Waterfall? Nah, just... Oh, wait, use Crunch. Use Crunch. I don't think it's worth. I think leaving ourselves vulnerable with no double protect is still possible. It's just, this could be kind of concerning even still. I'm trying to get Arch with no rain, is kind of the thing. If they were smart, they'd hit Tailwind if they have it on Pelipper right here, like 100%. But I don't think we can really play around too much of what's going on, to be real with you. Because if this was Hurricane from Pelipper, which it appears to... Well, oh wait, we disabled it, my bad. And then it was Waterfall into Kamo-O as well. Okay, I mean, if we didn't flinch, a really good play in retrospect would have been to not use our Protect on Gengar and to use Rest on Kamo-O, but obviously you can't plan for that. Like, they could have doubled into Gengar just as likely. I think there's a potential that we switch Snorlax in and hit Perish right away. I don't think they're going to have anything faster than Gengar. They really brought Gallade, man. Oh my gosh, why? Well, Gallade kind of tears through the back of our team now, is kind of the problem. With close combat and, like, Psycho Cut, stuff like that. So, is there a world where we could just take a KO on Gallade this turn? It might be Focus Sash is the kind of the problem. I don't think we can survive Gallade for like a long period of time, especially not next to Arch. I don't know if we can afford to do like any... I think it has to be this. But then, if it is Focus Sash, we're kind of cooked. And then it was for nothing. Let's just do this. Screw it, man. We could hope that it's maybe Psycho Cut on that slot. This could get really bad, though. I can't lie to y'all. Like, the fact that Gallade is here is, like, such a curveball. But they went Psycho Cut into Gengar slot. We're KO'd there. Oh, man. Not good, not good, not good. Not good at all. Go Dragon Pulse. Okay, we eat that up pretty well, at least. And we are definitely hitting Protect on Snorlax. Now, no way they go Electro Shot, obviously, right? So it's going to have to be something like Dragon Pulse. If we double Protect here, Kamo-O's counter is not ticking, as well as Snorlax is the slowest. Basically, what I think this comes down to, if I'm not mistaken, we'll double Protect, the counts hit 2. Someone has to survive the turn. Boy. This is going to be close for sure. Uh-oh. Alright. Just one of us needs to make it to the end of the game, is pretty much how this goes. I assume it's going to be close combat plus Dragon Pulse, maybe? Okay, yeah, CC into Snorlax. It's pretty big damage, I'm not going to lie. I think we might have a bit of a tough time here. Do we double Protect? The thing is, if we do another Protect, that means... Okay, wait. So basically, this comes down to Gallade. We gotta see this. Gallade close combat. Snore. Okay, there's a decent chance that Snorlax lives. Although... Nah, a full attack invested Gallade is really, really rough. I think we double Protect. Only problem is the staggers it. It makes it so... No, we can't, dude. I'm gonna protect him, I guess. Okay, it fails. Alright. They have to take a double KO on this turn. Oh my gosh, Snorlax lives. Okay. I think this means we're good. I think it means we're good. Because now Snorlax just hits Protect next turn. Oh, Kamo-O lives the Dragon Pulse. Wow. Okay, I didn't think that would be the case. But I guess I'm used to looking at, like, the Draco, for instance, you know? So, since Kamo-O's Protect failed, and we didn't do one with Snorlax, we're good now. Kamo-O's gonna make it, and also Snorlax is the slowest, so... Oh, what a curveball, man. What a curveball of bringing Gallade in general. But again, I guess I can't really act like that was not obvious. I don't know. I mean, it's quite a non-meta team. I guess I just wasn't prepared for a rain component that wasn't something to do with, like, Politoed, or not Politoed, but Basket Legion being the anchor, you know? Okay, so no matter what, even if they had, like, Feint or something like that to break or protect, one of these guys is going to make it to the end of the turn, and Snorlax is the slowest of everybody on the field. Who has a Perish counter active, and Kamo doesn't have one active, so we win, regardless. But we have two people that would win the game for us. That's why it literally came down to, can one of these guys make it to the end of the turn, and holy moly, was that the worst two people in the back that we could have possibly seen. And in the exact order, too, but I think it was the right play to go with the Perish song instead, because we wouldn't be able to stand in the face of Gallade at all with either of these two. Like, Psycho Cut and Close Combat are way too big of damage into Snorlax and Kamo. So, yeah, really good bring for Gallade right there, being honest. I was kind of playing around. I thought it was going to be like a Mega potential, and we brought Sableye for the sake of countering into that a little bit. But, oh well, alright, yeah. I mean, hey, we took the dub. Game 1, that's all we ask. So, into the next we go. Alright, into game 2 we go. Got the dub game 1. We're going to do a better job at keeping track of the record. 1-0 right now. Alright, Trick Room team. I've seen this before, fellas. I've seen this on YouTube. It's like a Gengar Trick Room with a Focus Sash, as well as the Blastoise. And then basically like Talonflames here for like a Tailwind option, but like isn't brought typically. And then Politoed for the Rain, Kingambit big time, like, you know, damage dealer. So, I mean, what's threatening into this? The idea of going Snorlax is kind of good, as well as maybe something to just dish out good damage against Blastoise, for instance. But, like, low-key, Stabilize a really good bring, too. Because he can just Encore as well. I don't want to lead Gengar, honestly. No point in Talonflame, really. I don't think. Prim or Snorlax? I think Snorlax. We have to keep Kamo safe for the sake of Kingambit as well, so if it's Sylveon on the lead, I need to switch probably Gengar in. Is the thing, but I don't know why they would lead Sylveon is the only thing. Like, I don't know. I feel like the obvious leads are either Politoed for Rain, Talonflame for Tailwind, or Gengar for the Trick Room. Alright, they're pretty high ranked, same as us, pretty much. They do indeed go Gengar Blastoise. Alright, so this is kind of what we were expecting. So now we can kind of threaten big damage into the Blastoise with Body Press plus Fake Out. And then if they want to use Trick Room, we Encore Gengar next turn. That is assuming he stays in, is the thing. But the plan is we kind of want Gengar on the back so that the Focus Sash isn't as much of a problem. And this way we can cut down the damage of Blastoise hard, too. And then I can probably, like, protect, now, I wonder, do they go Fake Out Blastoise into Kamo is also kind of a thing. I think that's their best play in terms of, like, a neutral lead right here of just getting the Trick Room set up. Yeah, they do. Okay. That's fine. Because, okay, they use Psychic on Gengar. Alright, man. Alright, we're disabling that, for sure. There goes our HP for our Kingambit counter, though, is kind of the thing. We're faster. I'm doing this instead. Okay, they get Blastoise out of here. For whatever reason, I don't really know. They go Sylveon to threaten Kamo even harder. They must really not like the idea of Kamo being out here. in which case we're going to try and protect him. They'd be pretty smart to switch it up to like Shadow Ball this turn, but like I guess we'll see what happens. Hyper Voice is like such an obvious play, but like at the same time, okay, so problem is we're leaving Sableye vulnerable now if we keep him out here against this Sylveon. It's really unfortunate because I'd like to Encore that Trick Room, but realistically, Trick Room's not that terrible to us right now, at least. Only problem is, what the heck is switching into this? We might have to do like a double switch. That's still kind of problematic though, to be real with you. Switching a Gengar into their Gengar is also not great. Oh, but neither of these guys can take this fairy damage coming out from Sylveon here. This is such a risky play. I probably should have sacrificed Sableye and just hit Encore into their Gengar, but... oh, man. Let's see it. I don't think they switched Gengar out. It's pretty likely Shadow Ball in somebody. They went Moonblast. Okay. So they keep that on their Sylveon so that they could even hit Combo O. And then, yes, it's Shadow Ball. Dude, I don't know. This team's countered into us so perfectly. It, like, literally perfectly. I was thinking it maybe is Hyper Voice, but I don't know. That's it. That's it for us. I think we're cooked. They had the perfect switches. I guess if I would have gone the other route with it, that probably would have been better. Oh, man. We obviously have to try and do something to get Snorlax online, but... I don't really know what it can be, though. We have fast Encore. Okay, wait. Maybe that's the play. Maybe we go here. And then here. Alright. This could turn for us good if they were readying, like, pretty much the same moves. And then, hopefully this, they were targeting something in the Snorlax. It's not likely, that would be real with you, but... alright. And they switch it up to Hyper Voice, and it's probably gonna be Shadow Ball and a Sableye instead now. Man. Yeah, alright. That's game. They cooked us so hard here. It's not even funny. I don't know if we went with a different lead, if that would have gone better, or maybe I just lead my own Gengar into threaten theirs. But dude, Focus Sash Trick Room Gengar is so threatening, man, that you got to take two hits into him to even KO him. And I don't really have that on the team, to be real with you. So, man, wow. They just swept us with taking 0 damage. All I was even able to do was get a fake out. I mean, they just made 4 hard reads into us and just, like, literally annihilated everything. You know, I saw this team on YouTube. I thought that was really powerful, too. Like a Focus Sash Gengar with Trick Room, while also threatening, like, good damage. It's just such an awkward play for us, though. Oh, man. I hate that. But what can you do? Terrible, terrible game 2. But, oh well. I mean, dude, go figure the Gengar has Psychic, for that matter. I don't know what that play is, or if that was even on the original team, or what in the world that is. But, anyway. Oh well. Into the next we go. We've got Mega Floette and potentially Mega Aerodactyl. I don't know about Mega Garchomp. It's just not as likely, but I'm going to assume it's Floette. But I don't know. Mega Aero is still pretty possible. Either way, I think the Gengar Sableye lead is usually a pretty decent play into a lot of this stuff. I feel like where that's threatening is if it's like double threats into Gengar Sableye. The worst would probably be Garchomp plus Basque, because it's possible they're both faster, or either of them could have a Sash, or a Scarf is pretty much what I'm getting at. It's a decent game for Snorlax, but not great. We need Combo-O, but we gotta keep him away from Floette. And then do we want Prim on the back here? It's pretty much between Prim or Snorlax. Prim helps for Garchomp a little bit more. Snorlax kind of helps for Arrow a little bit more, but they're both kind of screwed up by Sneasler in a way, but I don't think we're really worried about that. Snorlax could help us against Basculegion on the back a little bit, but also can't do any damage into him, so it's like a non-factor. And then we're also threatened by low kick Kingambit too, so yeah. It's not amazing, but I don't know. It'll have to get the job done. We're going to need Sableye Gengar to cook like hard on the lead right here if it's Floette. I'm trying to think, what do we do if it's Arrow? Okay, not going to have to worry about it. We leave Sableye vulnerable right here. We go Perish plus Fake Out 100%. Keep his Sash intact and then start kind of figuring out things from there. Yeah. It's definitely what we do right now. Then you can double protect or leave Sableye double vulnerable next turn if Floette did something like Calm Mind. I wonder if they get out of here with Floette. I mean, that'd be great if they did, low-key. But Basculegion could be kind of threatening if they switch Floette into Basculegion. Just because then, like, it's double threats even still. Okay, they stay. What would be beautiful is Calm Mind from Floette right now. Unlikely, though. Pretty likely it goes Dazzling Gleam, I'd have to assume. And if it does Gleam, that means Sableye is down to Sash. And we're going to have to kind of figure it out from there. Problem is, I'm going to have to hit Disable into, like, a Kingambit Kowtow Cleave next turn if that's what it lets out. Because, like, no matter what, Gengar's going to have to do that. So, we're in for a rocky road here. But if we can get through it, it's possible that we can do decent things here. Alright, they go Draining Kiss into Sableye. I guess that's a decent thing to cover yourself with. That's insane that puts Sableye into Sash, but I guess that's just how it is, man, with a fairy move into Sableye. Okay. No world where we can really switch. It's just gotta be double protect right now. Problem is if Kingambit goes for Sucker Punch right now to simply just keep his Kowtow Cleave available for next turn. If they can cleave, we're kind of cooked, I'm not gonna lie. This is a pretty threatening lead as the way that they've done this. Kind of also the way that we've done it, but I didn't think there was much of a reliable play to be had otherwise, so anyway, it's double protect here. Counter will hit 2. What's important is keeping Gengar alive. Problem is, like I said, if they don't use, like if they use Kowtow on this turn, that's great, because then I can just disable it and then we're chilling. Like, nothing Floette does is going to KO us next turn. Okay, it is Kowtow, and we're able to disable it. So, we could start thinking about how to save Sableye right here. We could either hit Disable into their Dazzling Gleam, and that's kind of a play. The problem is, too, so I'm thinking a couple turns ahead. If we switch Sableye out for Prim, Gengar has to switch out at some point as well. So I think we can't really afford to do that. Problem is that Sableye is really valuable for Basculegion at stopping him. But I have to disable Kingambit. If we put Sableye's neck on the line right now and disable Dazzling Gleam, it leaves us in a spot where that keeps everything really safe, especially for like the sake of switch-ins too. But see, the problem is I kind of have to sacrifice Sableye as well on the next turn. Man, shoot! We're going here with it. It's not ideal, but nothing is right now, to be real with you. Okay, no Kowtow allowed for you, so Gengar should be safe no matter what, unless it's like, okay, huge, and then huge. Yep, alright. Problem is too, so this is where I was getting at, right? Now Floette can kind of guess the right targeting, and our Combo O could be facing a big threat right now off like a fairy move if it hits into the correct slot. Okay, we win, wow. I don't think they realize how bad that still was for us. Like, Combo O was going to have to switch into a potential fairy move and just get instantly deleted by like Light of Ruin or Moonblast or something like that, whatever it had other than Gleam for its other fairy move. And then, to be fair, I think as long as we kept Sableye Gengar intact, we could probably deal with Basket Legion on the back. But still, kind of a random quick crash out from them right there. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that was necessary. I feel like they still had that in the balance of the game quite a bit. But oh well, we'll take it. Game 3 W equals 2-1 so far on the day. Terrible loss on game 2, but what can you do? We got cooked real hard. All right, here we go. Going into game 4, we're 2-1 so far on the day. What do we got here? It looks like pretty obvious Mega Frostlass. However, I've seen a lot of people not bring Frostlass into these Gengar matchups. Rotom Frost is also kind of a bundle package, I'd assume, in that regard. This is the most anti-Incineroar team I've probably ever seen in that regard. They brought their squad really quick, too, for that matter. We probably don't bring Incin. Kamo-O, or not Kamo-O, but Snorlax is a great play into a lot of these guys. However, Low Kick Kingambit is kind of the threat, but even still, that's like the only threat, for that matter. Can we bring Kamo-O is kind of the question. I think so. We just got to keep him away from Frostlass Rotom is kind of the thing. I don't really care to bring Prim here. And then Incin's like an obvious no-go. We just have to think, do I want Prim Perish on the back as opposed to something like Kamo-O? But Kamo-O is kind of our way to get rid of Kingambit, and it just is a must. You guys maybe saw that in the previous video. How we decided not to bring him one time, and it was the death of us. Is Gengar Sableye being threatened by anything? It's probably Kingambit Garchomp is like the most threatening, not to mention kind of Incin is too. But if they go Incin or Kingambit or anything like that, we can kind of just switch in Kamo-O right away. I assume they're going to be working in some bundle packages here, where basically they either lead Rotom Frostlass, and then we're chilling with this lead because we can just hit Fake Out Shadow Ball easy. Scarf Rotom, however, might be kind of threatening. Maybe we go Double Protect instead on the Rotom and, okay, they go Garchomp Incin. Let me think. Well, it kind of sucks, because Perish isn't really valuable right now. What we could do, even still, though, is go Double Protect, because I'm planning to switch into Kamo-O anyway. So, basically, I'm thinking we could get Sableye an option at, like, getting a Disable into Garchomp. Or Encore, whatever we like the most for that. And then this also lets us get Mega Gengar online in case this becomes, like, a really switch-heavy game. So then I can just bring Mega Gengar back in whenever, and then they're trapped. They probably think this is really good for their lead, but yeah, if we can sift down the moves that Garchomp's allowed to do, that'd be a way different story, and like something like Kamo can come in here and really like give them problems. But problem is, if our Shadow Tag's leaving the field, that means they can switch out too, and that means as soon as we get in here with Kamo, they can just switch back into something in the back that's like one of their ice types or something like that. Oh, they hit Earthquake into their own Incin. That's huge. We love that. I think I'm going to Encore him. Okay, he gets KO'd by another one. And he can't switch for that matter either. We kind of boomed him here, I'm not going to lie. Okay, we go here and Encore the Earthquake. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Okay, they're not allowed to switch anybody manually. If they do, it's Parting Shot, but Garchomp goes first. Do they have Protect on the... Oh, wow. Okay. So it's not Scarf Chomp. We know that now. Which means we can just Encore his Protect, too, for that matter, in the next turn. Yeah, this is no damage at all. I think we threaten Body Press into Incin. I feel like a big swing would maybe be to go with, like, Draco into Garchomp at the same time, though. And even to Encore his Protect. Just to check for other switch-ins, if you kind of get what I'm saying. Problem is, I'm going to have to Encore him into Protect. But it's very likely to fail, is the thing. I kind of like the play. I like it a lot. Let's do it. It's very risky though, I must say. Let's see what they do. Okay, they're stuck protecting. This is a double protect. There's a 30-something, 30% chance of success. Fails. Draco gonna hit. Yep. No Haban Berry. Should be zapped instantly. Yep. Alright. Big. Now we can double protect next turn. And just, like, if Frostlass comes in, kind of give him a hard time. Okay, this is probably gonna Sableye. Yeah. That's cool. We're not worried. Let's see where they go here. Yeah. It was pretty predictable that this was going to be the case. I like this. I like switching right now into this. Let him get online. And neither of these two can do anything, so whatever's in the back... It might be Kingambit, though, but chances are it could also be Rotom. But Frostlass can't do anything to Snorlax, and neither can Incin. And I can just protect and start sifting down the moves they're doing. The problem is I'd really like to get back in on Gengar at one point, but we don't have any switching moves. But if we can keep Kamo alive for a Kingambit in the back, that's kind of where we're looking right now. So I think we go here and here. We boomed them really good with that play on the Garchomp, for sure. Okay. Very likely Blizzard, honestly. It's like a no doubt play, to be real. What would be a huge play, because I don't think they're going to go Shadow Ball next turn, is for us to go, let's say, slow Encore with Snorlax into the slot, and then hit the Prankster Disable into Frostlass with it. Does this take a 2-hit KO on Sableye, though? I kind of just have to think real quick. It doesn't look likely, must say. Only problem is that Incin is still kind of threatening us a little bit. I think this is good though. So basically, we Prankster disable their Blizzard. Oh, there you go, Protect. Alright, well, this sucks now. Just being honest, the Incineroar is going to threaten us with some pretty big damage. Oh, it goes Parting Shot, okay. Do they go to Rotom in the back, maybe? Seems pretty likely. Problem is, we're going to have to switch around now a little bit because Sableye is a little bit vulnerable. Maybe it's not that bad, though. We have to see what's their final slot. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking about. They got 3 Mons alive. Whoever they brought is the only dude left. Alright. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Maybe they're, I don't know, thinking out their turns. We should probably be doing that as well. Disable Encore into Frostlass again could be good, but then they could switch Incin in, so that's like a little bit concerning. Where we stagger that? Problem is Sableye kind of... Okay, oof. Yeah, it figures. Okay, so... What if we go Wait, no. We could Encore Frostlass into Protecting with Sableye and go here. And then get Kingambit in. I think that's a pretty clean play. Kingambit's kind of threatening our Sableye as well, though, to be fair. Let's look around at some turns here. Gengar at some point is still going to be useful for taking the KO into Frostlass, but like isn't useful into Kingambit or Incin. So Encore Frostlass into the Protect, switch Combo in, seems like a pretty good play. I would like to get Gengar in to do it instead, but the problem is, oh, and they go switch. Alright, so this is Incin. However, this means a free turn of us getting a chance to body press somebody. because now only one of them can switch out to Frostlass. So we get big body press threat. What I think is likely is they go fake out on... I don't know, this might KO Sableye if they go with the... Oh, they go low kick. Okay, into the Snorlax slot. So they threaten fake out with Incin into Kamo-O, while also probably switching Kingambit out into Frostlass again. The only problem is if I make the wrong read here, we're looking not very good. Is this bad if we protect Sableye? I'm trying to think. My really big play would be to go protect. Oh wait, no, Sableye's useless value right now. Is kind of the problem. I'm doing the risky play, boys. I'm doing the real risky play. I'm playing around a Kingambit switch. This could get really bad. I could fumble the game really hard here if they go with like a Kowtow Cleave into Sableye. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's looking pretty likely. Low kick, okay. I could use this opportunity to rest Kamo-O and get HP back. Only problem is, we're a little in trouble. But I could still protect. And Kamo-O's faster than both of these two. And now one of them probably wants to threaten a KO into Gengar. And now they can't switch out either. So yeah, I think this is a good play. We go rest here, get his HP back. Neither of them can switch. Especially considering too, okay, they tried to Sucker Punch one of them because I ended up using a non-damaging move here. So we boomed him pretty hard here. And then Incin can't Parting Shot either on this because we just protected Gengar as well as we are soundproof on Kamo-O. Haha. Yeah, you tried, pal. You're not getting out. Alright, body press. Who do we want to get the heck out of here? Slash, who do we think has protect? Okay, the thing is that if I ready something like disable into... what were they using again? Let me think. It was Parting Shot Incin. Problem is I don't really want to disable that, but then it was also... it was Sucker Punch. Let's go here. It's not a perfect play. It's just tough that I'm going to have to switch. I have to take Gengar off the field because he's threatened quite a bit. But this is a safe switch in. We know it's not a low kick. No Chople Berry. Should take a KO. Oh my, are you kidding me? It's Focus Sash Kingambit? Who runs that? Literally. Just run the Chople Berry at that point, bro. Okay, I go Iron Head. It's going to do decent. And Lariat. Okay. Well, they can hard switch out into Frostlass on one slot right now. What if we go Draco into Incin? Let me go look if this takes a KO. I'm gonna have to keep our time intact as well. If it's fully specially defensive, no, it's not likely. This Snorlax play was not a great one, to be real with you. But, what if we just go Draco into Kingambit then, instead? Take a likely KO or get good damage on Frostlass. And, probably just protect low-key. Yeah. I don't know, this ain't great, but, we only have a minute. Ugh, they got protect on their Focus Sash Kingambit, dude. Okay, well, since we protected Snorlax, they can't Parting Shot out, so since they didn't manual switch, they're still in the same situation. Yep, not gonna work, pal. Not gonna happen. Matter of fact, they want to do that, I can just body press their Incin. Problem is, that seems kind of like an obvious play now. Screw it, dude. Let's get something online. They're gonna have to manual switch. We need to get moving though. We only got a minute. If they want to use low kick on Kingambit to take a Snorlax KO, or maybe they don't take a KO with it, I'm not sure yet. They go Sucker Punch, and we Encored him into Sucker Punch now too. I don't know what that Sucker Punch play is, trying to get the KO on, or like a damage on Snorlax. I have no idea. Okay, Combo O's kind of useless value now. I think our easy win condition now is to just simply Perish Song with Gengar, as Kingambit's stuck Encoring. We gotta keep moving though quickly, is the thing. Is Snorlax online? I think he's online for Last Resort now. I think we probably just sack Combo-O by going Draco into Frostlass, because a hard switch into anything isn't really ideal. So I think we do go Draco with a sack, and then Last Resort into Kingambit. Since he's stuck Sucker Punching anyway, too. We gotta make use of our time, though. We only have, it looks like the timer on the full game clock might be running down, too. It's 16 minutes of my recording right now. If we can get this KO, if we can get this KO into Kingambit with the Last Resort, I think that's really big, because then we can actually just threaten the Shadow Ball next turn easy, into the Frostlass with Gengar. No freeze, very nice. There's the Last Resort, get the KO, and now we just Shadow Ball the Frostlass. Kind of a no-brainer. If we had more time, however, should I play this safe? I'm playing it safe. I'm playing it safe. This might actually cook me though, I'm not gonna lie, fellas. But what I'm gonna do is hit Disable on the Blizzard. And Encore here. "39 seconds is not ideal, and I might have just fumbled here a little bit. I didn't want to risk a potential non-KO on Gengar into the Frostlass, and then we had no more. We would have no ways of doing damage into the Frostlass. Okay, now we have it stuck. It's going to be doing nothing, and we can simply just get in with Gengar and win now. Let's just do it quickly, whatever needs to be done. I'll go, like, I don't know, some Encore, just whatever the heck move we're using on Sableye, and go here. Boom. Okay. I don't know if they'll be able to stall this enough. It might take 2 turns for us to get the KO, but Frostlass will struggle at some point as well. So, again, Sableye is just here to kind of do nothing. It's whatever. Boom, struggle. Okay, now we're in easy KO range with the Shadow Ball, no matter what. Just fire off random things again, and then make sure we get the Shadow Ball in. Yep, okay. Alright, should be good. I wanted to play that more secure and, like, safe, but, again, the timer could have been of the concern a little bit. It's possible they try and stall out our timer by going, like... Oh, wait, no, they're stuck struggling. I'm tripping. We're good. Okay. Yep. And there's our KO with the Shadow Ball. We'll never know if this would have one-hit KO'd or not, but if people invested more bulky into their Frostlass, it's possible my Shadow Ball wouldn't KO, and then if they take a KO back into me with their Shadow Ball, that's how that could have got, like, concerning, because then we have no more ways of doing damage into Frostlass. So then, like, Sableye and Snorlax would be stuck doing literally nothing. So a little ugly. Obviously Snorlax walls Frostlass really good defensively, and then Sableye does a good job as well, but yeah, having no ability to do damage into ghost types with Snorlax is something we have to be a little bit mindful of toward the end of those games, for sure. But yeah, there's 4 games down, we're 3-1. Alright, we'll take it. Alright, going into game 5, we're 3-1. I believe it's win 1, lose 1, win 2 is how the order has gone here. Alright, we have a little bit of a kind of a weird spin on the Aaron Zhang team with the Sableye and Arch combo, while also still having Pelipper and Basket Legion, but they have like a snow component too with the Frostlass and Beartic with Slush Rush as well. Beartic can be pretty concerning just because of the lack of information on him, to be real with you. This looks like a great Snorlax game though, as far as being a defensive wall. Do we still like the Gengar Sableye lead? I think so. Thing is that, like, this is still very vulnerable to, like, those high-level plays that I was telling you guys about, but, like, I think this is still pretty good. I don't know if we get much better than that on the lead. Snorlax maybe could be better than Sableye, and I'm just not thinking enough on him yet, but we definitely want to bring him. I don't know how I feel about Kamo for this one, and then Incin, we've said, is actually, like, kind of a good play in this whole Sableye and, like, yeah, Arch situation. While also still being good for, like, the Snow team, too. So, like, maybe this is a solid play here. While we're thinking here, I just want to think Snorlax. Snorlax could slow Encore Arch, and then we fast disable him. The problem is the Quash is also kind of a problem, and then Sableye is able to do things into 2 different slots, as opposed to if we have our own Sableye, it can only do into 1. So, yeah, Sableye's still better for the sake of this Arch Sableye combo that Aaron Zhang has kind of invented here and spawned into the world that everybody's using now. But, alright, let's see. They're pretty decent elo. No badges or anything. They go Basculegion, Pelipper. Okay. We'll probably go double protect here and then just simply take a KO into Basculegion if we can disable whatever move it does. Kind of the way I see this. Yeah, the Basculegion lead isn't exactly ideal, but there's an alternate play that we could do where we fake out Pelipper to stop the Tailwind from getting set up, but the thing is that, like, it could allow Basculegion to maybe flip turn into Sableye slot, and I don't really want to allow him to do that, so I don't really care if they get the Tailwind set up. However, if they switch, ooh, that's where it could be a little tough, is if they switch, if they switch Basculegion out, like hard switch him right now, that's where this double protect play could be kind of bad, because then they have Tailwind set up for an Arch, potentially. You know what, let's do it. We'll leave him vulnerable to a flip turn. It's not ideal about how we want to go about it, but I feel like if we would have... So they didn't switch, I think. But if they would have switched, we would have got boomed by that play, because then we would have no protect available into Arch on the next turn, and then Tailwind being set up while he's already out there could be, like, so bad. Let's see, like, a Wave Crash or something like that into Gengar. They go flip turn into freaking Sableye, like I said. Oh, you always just think too hard, man. You just think too hard. Alright, well... I think we might have lost off that play, to be real with you. Oh, and if we would have double protected, then it would have been a disable into the flip turn next turn. Yep, but they just make a nice little play, man. Really good. I think we need a double protect to work, unfortunately. See that we played extremely slow. And go Snorlax here while, like, protecting Sableye so we can kind of troll him on Arch. I mean, it seems more likely to work than a double protect. Ridiculous. They would have got trolled so hard, bro. You just outthink it, though, I guess, man. Okay, the thing is, this can still work. We can still disable Encore into the Arch for using something like Electro. Let's see what Pelipper wanted to do all along, or if maybe that changes based off of what the current circumstances are now, but... It's probably into the Snorlax slot. Yeah, it's going to be big damage, to be fair, but... Okay, we sponged it up pretty decent, though. And then they go Hurricane Pel. Yeah, that's a little tough, I'm not gonna lie, because Sableye is being threatened with a KO now, as well. I think we lost off the lead, boys, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we can sack Sableye now, but, like, he's our win condition against Basculegion later. It's kind of the problem. I don't know. It's not a great situation all around, to be real with you. I can't get hung up on that play. We gotta still continue to try, but like, it's looking really bad. They switch it up too. Yeah, alright. I think we lose now, like, guaranteed. They didn't get greedy with the... Yeah, yep. And now it's gonna continue to use Aura Sphere as the thing, but like, I guess we could get Gengar back in for that being the case. It's just we took like 0 value here, truth be told. We can, however, make it so they can't switch out now, and if it's stuck using Aura Sphere, we could like Perish plus Protect maybe. We're leaving ourselves pretty vulnerable to Pelipper, but... And then on the next turn, maybe switch Incin in to fake out Pel. While we protect Gengar on the turn of. Man, one big play could have just changed the entirety of the course of this game. Really annoying. Alright. Protect Snorlax. Perish here. And then I'm assuming it's going to be Hurricane Weather Ball into Gengar. Not ideal, to be real with you. And then, yeah, this was pretty obvious they'd go there. They go Tailwind. Okay. It's not that bad. I could consider sacrificing Snorlax too, to be real with you. What this is all going to come down to now is if I'm just simply faster and able to KO their Basket Legion and whatever they have for like a Mega in the back too. I didn't even really think about that, to be real. Still probably Frostlass, but we could still KO that. It's just that I can't do it at the same time. We'll have to think about that later though. If I switch in right now, that means we're taking an Aura Sphere, which isn't exactly ideal. So what if we just simply went with like sack Snorlax right now? I think that's the right way to go. While we protect right here. It could get a little concerning if they don't take a KO into Snorlax. But this saves Incin from switching in and taking something like the Aura Sphere, like I said. Okay, yeah. We're just working with what we got, man. It's looking real rough right now, regardless. Oh, you know what I didn't think about? Yeah, we just lost. No doubt about it now. I totally forgot. We needed a body like Snorlax still, to be fair, because now Gengar can't switch out of its own Perish Trap. Yeah, we literally just fumbled that. That's a terrible play. We can try and take a Perish KO just in case they reward more elo for taking your small victories and whatnot. Is he still stuck using Aura Sphere? Yeah. That's tough. I kind of trolled right there. I think the right play, probably in retrospect then, definitely was to go with, hold on. Okay, they got Tailwind on that, but like, we could disable still, I guess. Just to make it so now they can't use, I think, Hurricane is what it was. Man, that's tough though, I'm not gonna lie, because, like I said, we needed that body alive, so if we would have switched Incin in, I don't know if it lives a +1 Aura Sphere from Arch though, to be fair. Okay, they go Protect Pelipper, I guess. Guess in retrospect, faking out the Arch would have been a better play, but how do you play around that? I don't know. And there's our answer anyway, so no, he wouldn't have lived it. So, oh, and it was a crit, so we actually don't know that. Oh man, whatever. Alright, game over. Well played. I say well played, they would have, once again, like I said, got so boomed by us just hitting double protect and then hitting, like, on, to be fair, I say that, they could have played around that by switching out on the Basket Legion slot instead anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gassing it up, acting like we had it all figured out. They could have played around that still. It's definitely an annoying way to go right there. So we end up going down to 3-2 right there. Tough loss. It's not going to help a lot, but oh well. Into the next one we go. Alright, going into game 6 right here. We're 3-2 on the day. Just took an L right there. Another Mega Frostlass. This is like our third of the day. Scarf Cleaver, potentially. Rage Powder on Volcarona potential. We don't care about Sneasler too much with the Gengar Sableye combo. And I think they're a pretty good combo regardless here of what they lead. The Rage Powder on Volcarona could be pretty concerning though into our Gengar Sableye lead. I think part of me likes the idea of Gengar Snorlax lead with Sableye in the back, and then, well, you guys know the golden rule, we can't not bring Combo-O when King Gambit's on the field. And then he's pretty good at walling a lot of the other stuff too, like Volcarona and Rotom, and honestly even still Sneasler, Cleaver too. So as long as we can deal with Frostlass, Combo-O is pretty solid. Incin, not great value. Could have been decent. Prim, same thing. Not great value with Rotom on the field. It's always a toughie. And Sneasler. Okay. So we're going Gengar Snorlax on the lead, just in case of Volcarona. Because what I'd like to do is hit a slow Encore into Volcarona if it is using something like Rage Powder, just so we can play around that a little bit better. And then we could probably start switching around a little bit. That's not even great the more I think about it, actually, though. I think we might have overcooked a little bit here. Okay, however, here's some potential. So, I think we go Mega Protect, thinking that probably some form of big damage is coming into Gengar from Cleaver right here. And then we switch in Sableye, expecting that it's close combat into the slot too. Or maybe Fake Out. That's possible too, but I like this play for us for sure though. And then we'll probably be able to start hitting Disable Encore into Cleaver. Depends if it's Scarf though, to be fair. Now, I don't think Scarf Cleaver is faster than Gengar. Let me look. It actually might be. No, I think it is. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's faster. Even Adamant is faster. I'm tripping. Okay, CC indeed. So he could either be stuck doing that if we want to Encore him, and we could disable that. What if I... No, I have a different idea. I'm going Perish here, plus Disable here. At least I feel like that could be a decent play. The problem is if he's Scarfed. If he's Scarfed, this works great. If he's not Scarfed and he switches up the Stone Axe into something else, then that's concerning. I'm playing around Scarf Cleaver. I feel like that's what makes all the sense in the world of like his value. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, let's see you ready that Stone Axe again. It'd be really big, because then we can Encore him next turn. Okay, we're faster than him, so he might not be, or he's only like somewhat invested. I'm not gonna lie, it's not likely. Okay. Oh, we expected that. Uh-oh. Oh my, yo, you're kidding me. Oh, we can't Encore it now, though. We can't freaking Encore with a slept freaking Sableye, man. This is the first time Sneasler's actually trolled us like that, because typically I don't care what status it is, but it just has to not be sleep. Do we have to switch him out right now? No, we literally can't do anything about that. Okay, well, we know he can't hit Stone Axe. I guess I'm just gonna fire off an Encore and hope he wakes up. Maybe. Wait, he doesn't wake up first turn no matter what. So that's not how that works. If Sableye's ever gonna be online though, we need him to like wake up at some point. Yikes, man. I don't know. Bad spot for sure. Dude, the one Dire Claw status we can't have on Sableye. It's really, really bad. Okay, they're firing away Dire Claws into Sableye. They might be trying to focus him down and take a KO into him. We go Aerial Ace. So it is Sharpness Cleaver. It's not like that's threatening damage into Gengar though. The problem is I feel like we kind of need to switch Sableye out now. If the there's a 33% chance that we wake up on this exact turn, I believe is how this works. I feel like we can keep Gengar in, and maybe even just go for a double protect just to be safe from some damage. The thing is, I could save Sableye, and he might be a capable body toward the end here with like a Perish if we needed it as well. He's not super useful into the remainder of the team though, and it was what, Dire Claw plus Aerial Ace? Nah, I think we're just going with this, and then we go, let's just go disable into Sneasler so that none of that shenanigans stuff can happen anymore. We're gonna protect with Sableye just in case he wakes up right now though. Oh, he did. Okay, boom, protect. We get that off, we can save him, and now we disable the Sneasler from his Dire Claw, so he potentially doesn't get any damage out right now at all. Yep, okay. What we might have done here, though, is set up for a little bit more of an ugly switch-in, where if they go, like, close combat with Sneasler, we might have just set up Snorlax to get hit by that instead. So we'll have to think where we want to go with that. I think we send... Where would they... I don't know if we can do any logical thinking on where they would want to send their close combat slot into, but yeah, they can't use Dire Claw, they can't use Stone Axe. We know they have Aerial Ace too. I'm going to assume that we want to switch here with it, and then here, I think. That's the hope. I'm not going to lie, it's possible they just do the close combat into the Gengar slot, though. Because they're kind of left with no options. It's not great to do either of these, but I think we want to keep both of them alive, Gengar and Sableye. Let's see it. I mean... I know we still live close combats from Sneasler on Snorlax, so it's like we still live, but it could be bad if they hit that close combat into the Gengar slot. It was indeed CC, and it was into the Gengar slot. Alright, Snorlax lives, but yikes. Man. Alright. Let's see what Cleaver goes with here. Aerial Ace probably into the Sableye slot now. Oh, they get the Tailwind. Okay. So yeah, no Scarf Cleaver. We already knew that though, obviously, for quite a while here. Tailwind is a bit concerning for sure. Hopefully Kingambit's in the back and we can deal with him with the Kamo now. The problem is Frostlass could be out here as well. We might mess around and double protect with these two on the lead now, just to kind of decipher what's going on. But now it's going to be hard to switch into our back two with Sableye and Gengar. So these two might just have to go down swinging is the problem. If it is Kingambit plus Frostlass, though, let's see it. There's Frostlass indeed. And... oh, it's Rotom. Okay. Rotom Wash, for that matter, too. Okay. Well... Kamo kind of loses his value now. Snorlax is still decent into these guys, but since he took the close combat, it's such a terrible, terrible situation for him. I think we just end up sacking these two and letting Gengar, Sableye do their work again on the back slots here. I think I want Snorlax to go down first and we protect Kamo-O, is kind of my thought here. And then we could probably encore this, is my thought. So I'm going to protect Kamo-O, keep him up. We're going to stagger the like KOs that they take here. Slash maybe they just don't. I don't think Blizzard's going to be enough damage on its own, so they might need to target into Snorlax with Rotom as well. Maybe they go Electro Web or something too. Scarf, Rotom, Electro Web is actually like pretty concerning, but then this is why we're doing that, because we could disable with Sableye coming into that slot instead. Okay, well, Frostlass is faster than Rotom, so it's not Scarfed. I don't think this Blizzard takes KO on Snorlax, yeah, not at all. They go Hydro Pump, so here's the thing, I just encored their Blizzard now. Let's see Gengar versus... let's see this. I don't think I can switch Gengar into that slot, though, is the problem. Frostlass versus Mega Gengar with a Blizzard is doing about 47%. I mean, we could get Snorlax online potentially if they want to ignore him, but we need, I don't know, Kamo-O might just have to go down here, to be real with you. The Hydro Pump is so concerning, though. Does Kamo-O live this blizzard? I don't remember. Okay, it has a chance to. Alright, we fire off Body Press then into Rotom. They're gonna have to double up. Which, hey, to be fair, might be a decent play, all things considered, because I just protected with Snorlax here, but... Alright, let's see this. It's possible we live this. Especially if it's speed up Frostlass. Okay, yeah. That seems about on par with what I was expecting. Okay, they went in the Snorlax slot. Alright, this is big value. It's good value for sure, because we needed more damage on Rotom. 100%. That was, like, really resisted. And they have leftovers on him, too. Okay. I think Snorlax is just going to fire off potential Last Resort into this Rotom now. And then Kamo-O gets KO'd by a Blizzard here for sure. Unless we want to stagger this again. Do we want like a different order going out? Yeah, I think we could protect again with Kamo-O. Also, we're stalling out the turns of the snow by doing so. And it's, yeah, and the Tailwind turns too. So I think we go protect here. And then if they want to take this KO into Snorlax, we get in with Sableye and can start sifting things down before it becomes that much of a threat. Is Frostlass currently, it's Encored into Blizzard, yeah. Maybe that's not as good as I think it is, though. Okay, we live this on Snorlax. Should. So do they hit the Hydro? Is kind of what this comes down to, because if they miss the Hydro Pump into Snorlax... Okay, they go Thunderbolt, so yeah, 100% not Scarfed. In which case, too, I think low-key with the Tailwind down, do we just go into Gengar right now and fire off Shadow Ball into Frostlass so that Kamo-O can take a KO into their Rotom? Problem is, if I end up getting KO'd, that's bad, so... Okay, I think how this works is... Actually, I'm not entirely sure. Wait, low-key, do we like a fake-out play, maybe? Ah, man, there's so much stuff to debate here. I don't know if this is the right turn for Sableye is the problem. Maybe it is. Here we go, disable into their Encored Blizzard. They struggle. Or, like, don't do anything for the turn. And then we fire off another... Oh, wait. Or could we rest? Nah, that's not going to be worth. Okay, I think what happens here is they take the KO into our Kamo-O. Or if they don't, then we get decent damage off regardless and still disable their Blizzard. Problem is, I kind of hope that we survive the turn with Sableye, because then we can Encore on the next one. Okay, well actually they went Sableye. So we get damage here. This is going to simply come down to how does this interaction work with Gengar Frostlass of can we take KO into the Frostlass. Their Encore ends, so now they can Shadow Ball. I was hoping that would go a little bit differently, to be real with you, but now we definitely just fire off the Shadow Ball. We're going to have to hope for the best on this damage. Do we go Draco? I mean, it's unlikely this actually works out in our favor no matter what, but Rotom's going to outspeed Kamo-O. Let's just go Protect. Just in case their Frostlass hits Protect, I think this could leave us with like a 2-on-1 potential in the idea that my Gengar takes KO into their Frostlass. Yes, okay, so... I'm assuming what's probably likely is that they either wanted to get the KO into Kamo-O first, or they get some chip damage into our Gengar. That is possible. Let's see what they do. If they have Electro Web, this could actually, like, cook us so hard here. Okay, they go Hydro Pump. They were indeed trying to take a KO into Kamo-O before this happens. So now Snow stops, which really just makes it so Blizzard isn't as likely to hit, but we have that disabled, I think, so it doesn't even matter. I don't think this is a terrible play, but who knows. Maybe nah, because we need the HP just in case, regardless. Maybe they go for a double Protect or something too. To be fair, if they did that, though, it would still give us problems. Okay, well, that's great, for one. Alright, we need this to KO. Come on. No bulky Frostlass. Alright, thank you, thank you. Alright, now we can just Shadow Ball, Body Press, we're chilling. We're gonna have to get this in quick, for that matter, too. We only have, like, 30-something seconds of our own clock. But yeah, with this rest, we've pretty much confirmed that we're gonna 2v1 Rotom easy. I think we already were, regardless. I think Gengar could even 1v1 Rotom. Alright, let's get stuff moving a little bit here. Racing against our own clock a little bit. 36 seconds. Boom. Shadow Ball. And then boom. Body Press. Okay, they forfeit. Alright. Good game. That got a little complicated toward the end there for sure. But, hey man, what can you do? I don't know. We just had a lot of random weird switch-in situation. And when you don't have Incin and Prim to do any slow flip turns and parting shots, yeah, it gets ugly for sure, trying to get your back guys in. I mean, with Combo-O Snorlax, there's no way that we easily get out when there's such threatening damage. We can't, like, hard switch into Sableye and Gengar, you know, so, I don't know, just gotta do what we can to ride the wheels till they fall off, and then end up making the best of it with what we have left, so, it worked out pretty solid. I wasn't really too threatened, like, consistently there, it's just they could have made really weird, like, perfect plays that could have maybe cooked us, but anyway, good game right there. That was our game 6. I believe that means we're 4-2 now. Alright, going into game 7 here, 4-2. Decent run so far through the day. Another Mega Frostlass, dude. This is like our 4th one of the day. Wow. Alright, let's start thinking again. Potential Mega Dragonite as well, but it's unlikely. They could still be regular Dragonite. They threaten a lot of like low kick / close combat damage into Snorlax. I think we leave him for this game. I think let's sub Incin instead, probably. Although, they do have Melodic as well. We definitely bring Combo-O. Do we want Sableye Gengar on the lead? I think if it's Frost... Okay, what's the worst case scenario? King Gambit, Basket Legion, probably? I would assume so. Say they did do that. We could probably just double protect, then double disable, I think would be the move. We definitely want Combo-O, but we got to keep him away from Frostlass. Incin is good into Frostlass, like really good, but then is pretty tough value into a majority of the rest of the squad. Primarina, how are you looking here? It's like kind of mid, but also like some value. It might be better than what anybody else can provide. I don't know, maybe we should stop fearing the Incin plays into like people that it doesn't make sense to bring it into, but it's like, there's so many people here. Let's go Prim. I mean, like, literally the whole squad is anti-Incineroar. It's just kind of annoying. I don't know. It's the world we live in right now, though. The whole game is anti-Incineroar. Alright. A little bit lower on the elo than we are. They go Frostlass, Sneedler. Okay, we like this lead easy. Like, this is really, really good for us. I'm not gonna lie, part of me just wants to rip that Shadow Ball into the Frostlass and just end it right here. I think we're gonna do that. I mean, we could fake out Sneasler, but like, okay, the contrary here is that we go double protect, but there's like no point in doing that because they could switch Frostlass out right now too. So I think we just have to send it and say, hope my Gengar is faster, or hope my Gengar takes the one-hit KO into their Frostlass, and they aren't like, you know, invested in Bolt or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, it seems fine. I think it's pretty likely they switch out. Okay, they go, what, King Gambit right here? Basket Legion. Okay, we double protect on that one now. I think that means they probably go protect on their Frostlass, which is a little bit tough, I can't lie. I think that means we would double protect right here. They have double Ghost now, so they can switch out of the Shadow Tag. Maybe they did this to kind of play around like getting Perish Song, but I don't know why they would think we would Perish. They probably protect Frostlass here. Let's see. They do not. Did we one-hit KO? Oh my gosh, they have a bulky Frostlass. This is the first one I've ever run into. Okay, they Blizzard, however, that's not that bad. No freezes, please. Oh my god, we're getting haxed on Sableye over and over again, man. I think we lose just off that. Like, purely off the freeze, we lose. Because we're supposed to be able to disable the freaking Basket Legion now, but now we can't. That's fun. Okay, well, a turn of potentially still getting this off, because you can technically defrost like any turn, I believe. We haven't used our protects, so I think we double protect here. What an awful thing to happen, though. Yep. Bulky Frostlass. They protect. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, well, at least they didn't take a KO into Sableye. Do we have to send this? We have to send it hard, or just like, I don't even know what the play is. And then we have to hope that it defreezes, like, or defrosts. I mean, I'm trying to think if, like, I don't know if I'm being overreactive here, but I feel like a disable from our Gengar into the basket, or into the Frostlass. Or wait, no, because it's just protected, so we can't even do that. Shoot, man. Disable into Basket Legion and Shadow Ball into Frostlass, I guess. Golly, dude. This is so bad. Need you. We need you, Sableye, bad right now. Oh my gosh, we need you even more right now, too. And then the drop could happen, too. He's frozen. And did we outspeed? We did. We could have potentially gone into the Basket Legion slot, but you can't play around that switch, very likely. Oh, okay. I mean, I'll take that all day. Okay, now we know we're faster than Basket Legion, too. Who do we like here? Prim? Just kind of play as like a wall, I guess. Prim's only valuable right now because now Sneasler is actually a threat to Prim, so the more we can have Prim on the field while Sneasler is not is pretty good. And now we know King Gambit's not here, so like Kamo-O kind of changes its value course of like, is it low-key right now? Kamo doesn't want to be on the field when Frostlass is. I feel like it's likely to switch out. And then Prim could still be useful on the back with like Perish Song, but it's not likely. Let's go here. I think we Shadow Ball into Basket Legion. Only problem is that like it's still not free. Like we're not looking great yet at all. What if it's Scarf Basket Legion that's adamant? They could definitely Scald into our Gengar right now, too. What am I missing value of? Getting a Shadow Ball into Sneasler here, probably. We're going to take this slow. Reluctantly. Okay. What do you have for us, Bask? Let's see if you're Scarfed, even still. Nope, it was Protect. That's kind of what I was worried about, too, of leaving Gengar exposed, so now I assume this is... Okay, well, not great, but at least we avoided that happening to us. I guess that's the play they were trying to set up, was to be able to underspeed our Gengar and then allow Basket Legion to be faster next turn. Now we kind of countered that really good, while also getting a big body press into Melodic here. That's a 2-hit KO, unless it's Citrus. Okay, figures. This Scarf Basket Legion, I mean, it certainly could be. We're playing this even slower. I feel like Body Press is supposed to be more damage into Melodic than Draco. What if we go Draco into Bask? I'm cool with that. I feel like it's a no-brainer. They fire off their Liquidation now. Liquidation makes a lot of sense for it being Sash too, because you don't want to recoil yourself with like Wave Crash ever, so to run Liquidation makes more sense in that regard. So yeah, we wall that. Defense drop? No? Okay. Or wait. There it is. Okay, yeah. tough. I don't think that's a high likelihood of happening, but yeah, we don't like seeing that, obviously. Okay, obviously we don't 2-hit KO with that because Draco drops us on the special attack. Do we still just like stay in with Prim and hit like a flip turn or like a Moonblast into Basque instead? I'm going... Gosh, dude, that defense drop is really annoying. I can't lie. It's actually like extremely annoying because we can't switch out right now. So I think we just go slow flip turn plus another Draco. Actually, I don't know. We KO him easy now though. So maybe I just switch over to body pressing Melodic again. Yeah. Okay. Not that big a deal, I don't think. Okay. A little cheeky guy. You want to get your... I don't think you're getting your sash back, though. I'll tell you that much. Gosh, man. Melodic's tanking that. Okay, we still flip turn here. This is a really good play for us. Because we're going to break the sash, even if they did another life do. Frostlass into the Melodic slot could be a potential play. At some point, we're probably going to switch Kamo out back for Prim again, just because... Okay, we don't have any KOs taken on them, though. So yeah, Last Respects does, like, nothing. Alright, they try and get their Sash HP back intact, but, like I said, this doesn't seem to be something that's actually going to work, because now we flip turn and we threaten them with Shadow Ball. They could Protect again, I suppose. These dudes are playing around their Sash Basket Legion so hard. I think what we're going to do, we're going to threaten a double into the... Well, I was going to say we go into the Melodic slot right here. I mean, yeah, low-key, we just take the KO. They could play around it, though. Pretty hard, to be fair. What if we just Protect plus Draco again? I mean, if I take KO into their Melodic, that leaves me vulnerable on Gengar, is the problem. If we Shadow Ball right here, it's likely he Protects. I mean, do I feel like it's so likely he Protects that I want to just send it? Not particularly. Okay. We're playing this stupidly slow, but I'm going here. To be fair, this actually left me in a terrible spot, though, come to think of it. Let's see if he Protects. No? Okay. What's Melodic gonna do, then? Okay, Life do. How much is this Draco gonna do? If it could do more than 25%, that'd be very, very ideal. I think it's likely to do about that. Okay, yeah, that's perfect, actually. Let's do it. Let's go Shadow Ball here, and then switch Prim. We need to get these drops off. We're -4 now. I don't like the idea of Kamo being -4. Gosh, they're playing so slow, though. I wish I would have perished at some point here, but they have so many ghost types, and it's just hard to deal with them unless we deal with them first by KOing them, so... I think a pretty good play for them would be to go damage from Melodic into Gengar while protecting Basket Legion. Yeah, that's probably what they did. Or do they go with a... No, Life Dew doesn't make sense at this HP, I don't think. You little... Oh my gosh. We're switching Gengar, we have no choice. Dude, what an annoying slow game. Again. Oh, man. Okay, let's do this again. This is the worst part about Basket Legion, is that you have to deal with the cringe lords that have the choice scarf and just can outspeed your Gengar and like one-shot you and stuff. But then you also have to play around these non-sash dudes, apparently sitting next to a Melodic spamming Life Dew to try and just get their focus sash back for the whole game. Yep, take that. Easy. Look at this. Oh my gosh, man. Despicable. I think, unfortunately, we're going to run out of time here, no matter what we do. We only got a minute 17. They could protect. You know what? We're gonna just. I'm tired of waiting on this. I'm calling the bluff on the protect. We're going here, getting this thing out of here. It's probably not even likely to be a good play because what could happen is we end up getting hit with an Icy Wind before Kamo can get its attack off because apparently they have a faster melodic than our Kamo, which means they invested speed into it. Does protect. Let's see you life do. We could get a drop on them, which would be really... Oh, wow, a crit. And we needed it, too. Okay, of course, yeah, we just get, you know, the special defense drops and the competitive boost, so then we just end up getting hit even harder by the Icy Wind. Yep. Fun times, man. Fun times. I always get these freaking drops right when I don't want them, but then we just have no choice but to do it, in my opinion. We lose. Game over. It's always off some stupid shenanigans of getting a drop on dudes that are defiant and competitive and all this other... stupid shenanigans, bro. Good game, dude, for playing the slowest, lamest thing I've ever seen. Crazy. Alright, going into game 8. Dealt with a pretty cringe Basket Legion the game before, obviously, but hey, what can you do? Move forward. Alright, not Mega Frost Blast for the first time in like forever. Mega Arrow potentially being threatened while also it's still potentially Scovillain. I hope it's Scovillain, but I feel like it's not going to be, that he's pretty bad into our team. We have a classic Sylveon play that's just going to be really hard for our Kamo to deal with. We need him, though, for Kingambit, obviously, and to still play defense for Basket Legion a little bit. Once again, not a lot of Incineroar value other than to wall Scovillain. Rage Powder Scovillain can be kind of tough just for the sake of like the Sableye play, but I kind of need him against Arrow, and then for pretty much everybody else too, for that matter. We don't like Prim at all, to be real with you, right here. Snorlax, not great. It's definitely Kamo, but who in the world are we bringing for the final slot here? To be fair, he can pair along pretty decent. It's just with all the burning and stuff, flinches. Let's go Incin. I don't know how it's gonna be good value, but at least it's like a neutral play into Sylveon while also still being able to fake people out. Can't be burnt by Scovillain, and then also can still play attack drops on Arrow as well. So, alright, pretty high elo on these guys. It's Kingambit Arrow. Alright, well, you guys know how this goes. I have to hope that I don't get Speed Tied. Or also, it could be Mega Arrow. I mean, there's other plays that we could make right here, like for instance, to hit Double Protect. But the problem is if it goes Tailwind, then we get trolled because then well, no, Kingambit and Tailwind doesn't outspeed Gengar. We could Double Protect and then start hitting Disable plus, like, the only problem is if they play around it well with the Sucker Punch and stuff like that. And like, what we're scared of right now is me, like, being worried this is Mega Arrow and it just outspeeds and does a lot of huge damage. A couple ways to go about this for sure. I've never done the Double Protect play. I'm doing it. Okay. It is Mega Arrow. Okay, so good play by us. And it did it faster, so it's 100% max speed because we were speed tied then, and their Mega just so happened to go first. I don't know if that has any correlation to if that means that their turn goes first. Or if in speed ties you just generally, like, you know, it could be 50-50 even after the Mega, but anyway. We go Double Protect here. If they go Tailwind, we Encore plus Disable Kingambit. Let's see what Kingambit does. It goes... Okay, Arrow with the Rock Slide. Okay, so no Sucker Punch. It's probably Kowtow then. Yeah, alright. We're going double Disable now. Disable into Kingambit, disable into as in Gengar disable into Kingambit, Sableye disable into Arrow. See if they play around this well. I'm leaving them a couple of options, to be fair, and that's kind of the tough thing about Gengar Sableye. It's like, if they play around the double disable really well, we kind of get boomed here. Just being honest, but unfortunately this is the route we've chosen instead of trying to get Rock Slide flinched, so we choose one evil over the other, I guess, of just letting them decide if they make the right play, or letting them decide if they want to just play on luck with the Rock Slide flinches. Let's see it. It'd be nice, it'd be really, really nice to see Arrow ready Rock Slide, because then we can Encore it next turn too. Yeah, good play, man. It's tough. Big brain indeed. It feels so disheartening to play this way. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, it really just is so demotivating for the sake of the Paris, just because, like, we don't have this kind of offensive firepower. The dudes can just throw this brain dead Mon at it and just, like, you know, just simply be able to win off, like, making a semi-smart play by saying, hey, I'm gonna switch my move from first turn to second turn. It's tough, because we would have won really hard if that would have worked out, but oh, man. Yeah, I don't know how we win now, to be honest. Let's do a Wing Beat, see if it's in this Sableye instead. Be a good play again by them, but okay, they go Sucker Punch. No real value there. And once again into Gengar, okay. I could Defiant boost Kingambit, but the problem is it's not great. But like nullifying the damage on Arrow could be even more valuable, potentially. It's either that or we send Sableye in to just kind of get hit again pretty hard. We know it's not Scovillain now. It's probably Basculegion. Screw it, we're going here. We're going here with it. And then go Body Press. What we're trying to do right here is nullify the damage that Arrow is going to do. We have to hope they're not Chople Berry, by the way, for that matter, too, on this. But trying to nullify the damage Arrow is going to do with a, like, Dual Wing Beat into, let's say, Kamao. We are going to boost up their Kingambit with this, but in theory, if we can get this KO first, that'd be pretty big. So, yes, big damage nullification. A crit would have hurt pretty bad right there. What do they do with Kingambit? And it's Chople Berry. Alright. Yep. Playing all the meta heads today, man. Maybe next turn we go Fake Out into Arrow plus... Okay, they went Iron Head too. Unfortunately, I think that we might be KO'd by a Sucker Punch, but I can't be sure about that. They also could switch Basculegion into the Kingambit slot instead. We can do a lot of things right now, but I don't know if we have a lot of options, so... where I'd boom them is by hitting, like, Rest right here, I guess, if they were to go Sucker Punch, but I don't know if we want to play around that. You know what? I'm gonna try my hardest here. Let's load up Kingambit and Kamao, see if a Draco... Yeah, Draco does not take a KO into this thing, so... Let's just do it. If they switch Baskin, yeah, good plays, man. It's tough. I don't know. I can't really, like, play around this stuff too well. We only have so many options off having a terrible start, and, like, again, our offensive firepower is so limited. Like, we could punish a play like this by hitting, you know, Clangorous Soul if we had the more offensive Kamao, but, like, we can't, obviously, so... They kind of just boom us now, like, with the Dual Wing Beat. And then Wave Crash, pretty much. I could try going here with it, maybe. Arrow is still -1. But that damage with the Dual Wing Beat was obviously, like, you know, from that. So, Arrow could start Rock sliding again too. Okay, they go dual wing beat into combo. And wave crash. Big damage here for sure. Alright, we live with no sash, but obviously had it. I could try and disable the dual wing beat, and then like they'd have to double up combo instead. I, at the same time, could just fake out arrow right here. Problem is, Basket Legion's very, like, we need Sableye for it, like, quite a bit, so... What if we make a little prediction? I'm doing too much switching, though. This is the thing. Like, with no Gengar, this sucks. Not a great play again. Can't lie to you. And they switch the arrow out. Sneasler. Who are they taking the KO on here? Sableye. Yeah, it's tough for us. Maybe this makes it so Draco could take the KO, though. It's unlikely. And we miss. Oh my gosh, man. I don't know if there's ever any better time for Incin to hop out here, to drop both attacks at once and threaten fake out into Sneasler, who could also break Sash. Problem is their Sneasler can fake us out too, and then it just creates an opening for their ghost type that can't be faked out. One of these days, man. Maybe I'll try the meta and be cringe too. It's pretty likely fake out. Do I care about that though? What if we went here? Could be White Herb though too. Then that's really bad. Yeah, not a good spot to be in for sure. I'm gonna rest just to check for the whole, like, they switch out Basque and then do damage from Sneasler into Gengar. Okay, that's fine. Let's see this. And it's full speed invest, Scarf Basket Legion with Wave Crash. That just so happens to be, I don't know. The perfect matchup, once again. Game over. Alright, yeah, not fun times here for sure, man, but one of these days, I really want to cook something up that, like, I just feel so much anger toward teams like these that, like, I wish, and of course it's White Herb Sneasler too, or Focus Sash instead. I feel so much anger toward these teams that I wish I could just cook something up that annihilates them, like, literally just makes these dudes hate their life playing this video game, but, like, it doesn't happen. These Mons are way too good for the sake of, like, the balance of this current format of the game right now. I mean, like, how often do you see this stupid trio every single time? And you never know what item, like, assortment they have is the other problem. They have, like, 17 good items they could use. Whatever. Let's just get out of here. Frustrating games, for sure, here. I think that's, like, a lost streak of probably about, Actually, I don't know. I don't know when the L's have, Oh, okay, yeah, we lost the very last one we just played. So yeah, that's 3 L's in 4 games. Tough. Once again, it's kind of how yesterday went. A really good start into a really bad middle. We did end pretty good, all things considered, too, though. But now I believe that makes us 4-4 today, which is terrible. All right, going into game 9, 4-4, I think what I'm learning here, and I just want to say it really quickly, is we need a new offensive component to the team, and it's going to have to be some weather-oriented stuff, to be real with you. I don't know. Like, we do need to add a new spin to the squad at some point here. We can't be hard Parish. It's just the truth of this game currently. All right, we have the Aaron Zhang team, you know, someone else playing a copy and paste squad once again of a meta team. But anyway, Gengar Sableye has done us well typically on these leads, but I've mentioned that people that make good plays into this can be, like, pretty threatening. Could Gengar Snorlax do it better? Let's give that a quick thought. But I think Incin's usually a pretty good play of bringing into this. But Gengar Snorlax, could we go slow Encore into Arch and then disable him as well on the next turn? So like protect plus disable. And then Snorlax still provides us value into the Sableye as well. Is it more reliable? Is what we have to ask. Let's try it. We got nothing to lose. We're kind of just experimenting a little bit now at this point. I don't think we're going to finish like super high in leaderboards. I wish I probably should have thought something like this through a little bit more. If I was really, really sweating, like being a complete tryhard, I think a really good thing to do would be to game plan things like this before the fight. But let me think. So if we first turn Encore Arch into whatever it does, the way we get boomed is by getting Quash hit into our Gengar when we try and disable it. So what if we... Oh, well, they go Basket Legion on the lead instead anyway. Well, now this is terrible because I think we needed Sableye in order to deal with this. Go figure. Switch it up on us, I guess. They could Quash. They could do like Quash plus try and take KO into our... But I could go in here and just disable. No way they want to do damage into Snorlax either. It would make no sense at all. Okay, let's do it. We're gonna have to start moving. I know this is about to be a switch heavy fight. We're gonna have like so much stuff going on with all these ghost types being on the field. Let's see what kind of spin this Sableye has, because it could be also like Rain Dance or something, or Light Screen even. Goes Rain Dance. Okay. What if this is Swift Swim Basque? It's also possible. They're readying the Wave Crash in anticipation of that. If they switch it up on us, what is the other move that it could have? Flip Turn to do like decent damage with? I think overall this is a pretty good play. I think Quash makes a lot of sense to use into our Gengar right here. So let's see if they go with that into Gengar and then, or maybe it's like Light Screen and it lives. Yeah, okay. It's gonna be a 2-hit KO now. Okay, it did work, however, and now we can Encore him next turn too, so... Just in case it's not Scarfed. It could be Aqua Jet though too, but at this point, what are they going to switch into this? I mean, like, they get kind of demolished, like, on the back, to be honest. So yeah, I can just Encore him. So he gets stuck doing nothing, because he's currently disabled, and then we just Encore the disabled move. If they want to switch him out, that's cool. We'll just double protect next turn, and then we get some Shadow Ball damage here as well. Yep, switch out into Arch maybe? Yeah, this is going to be big damage, my mens. You don't like that. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a 2-hit KO easy with the Shadow Ball now. Although with Light Screen, I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, it's not. A special defense drop would have been really nice right there, but yeah, not gonna happen. Okay. A bit of a toughie right now, because like he should want to click Electro Shot. Problem is we don't have any way to turn the rain off, obviously, and then like I get kind of 1-hit KO'd by that. But if I go here and go Incin, fake out, and then hit the Perish, start taking out Arch, potentially. And then we could like do the Parting Shot combo too. I feel like this could be good. Because Sableye still can't do anything to Incin either. I just don't want to leave myself vulnerable to that stupid, like, having to disable exactly Electro Shot back to back and hope that they, like, did that well. This Basque, yeah, threatens our Insane quite a bit, to be fair. It's tough. Not to mention threatens Gengar as well in this turn. And it was in the other slot. All the perfect plays always being made. Now we can't like Perish KO the the Archaludon either because Basculegion's out here just being a menace too. Rain, one more turn. Perfect timing to get the switch in right there as well. Have we established that Basculegion is faster, like 100%? I don't think so. Problem is, it doesn't matter. Can't do anything about this. We're not even doing anything. I don't know, man. Metamons, what can you say, bro? Uses Protect. Kind of sucks. If we went Sableye here and lived whatever comes in, we would have been able to Encore him. Or if they take the KO into Incin. Okay, we can Encore Arch. Problem is, they could switch Arch out too, for that matter, but... they have to send theirs out first since there was through the move. What would come in here? Probably Sinistcha. Heal Arch up, probably. Okay, now it's just Sableye. They're probably going to try and get the rain back online. Alright, we're going to have to make a nasty, nasty play right here, and this is going to be our win condition, and we have to hope that it works. We're going into Gengar, and we're hitting Encore into Arch. The smart play for them is 100% switch out, but I wonder if they're just going to be kind of, you know, fiending for, like, getting this Arch online. If they do switch out Arch, we lose. I'm going to be real with you. I think it's over. It's probably as simple as that. But I kind of like the idea of encoring Arch with the Protect going on right now, and I don't know if we have much of a different play either. And then switching in Gengar for the Trap is kind of the way to, like, capitalize on that. The other way would then be to encore Sableye with Snorlax and just kind of stay out here. And that could be useful, but then that lets Arch switch out, so I don't know. Yep, alright, good play, man. They switch out Arch, go into... oh, Dragonite, okay. Everybody's so good. Everybody knows exactly what they need to do. It's pretty frustrating, man. Okay, we obviously can't do anything to Sableye now, and now they get the Rain Dance Dragonite set up. I could really, like, troll them hard, like, really, really hard, and if I want to call their bluff and say, you're going to Basculegion, I've seen you do this already, so I'm going to try and troll you for this. We just switched in Sableye, so I think we can fake out, right? Or wait. No, we did not. We did not just switch in Sableye. Never mind, I'm tripping. So the problem is we have to double Protect in order to save ourselves from being able to, like, you know, sift down whatever Dragonite wants to do. But at this point, I might have to just send it. I think we're going into this slot. Or could I be patient? You know what? We can be patient. We can be patient. I like Dragonite being out here. Okay, so basically the idea is we could start hitting Disable and Encore and stuff, whatever this thing wants to do. And we outspeed with both. Quash is the problem, to be clear. Sableye, if it uses like Light Screen and Reflect and stuff, I don't think we care as much because we're planning to go for the Perish anyway. Yeah. So basically, whatever we see Dragonite do here, we're either going to hit him with the Disable Encore combo, and then we could get him to start struggling, for that matter. We could, like, literally hit him with Encore plus Disable. They could Quash, to be fair, so I think doing this in a slower way is probably better, where we hit Disable into the Hurricane. And we have to hope that they don't hit Draco, probably. Sableye Quash is the problem here. This is as worth, though. This is a big swing that we could take. What are the chances they actually keep Sableye in right now? I don't think it's very high. If they do keep him in and they quash, though, that's how we lose. Let's see it. That's probably what's coming, to be real with you. Now, mind you, if I would have made the other play and we went disable, let's see Hurricane. Yep. If I would have gone disable and perish, they get cooked. I don't know, man. Everybody just keeps making the right play. It's almost as if they hear me. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Now we're confused and stuff and can hit ourselves, but like even on a protect is literally like the concern, you know. And like now also the struggle happens. It's like if that works, it's a great play. And like if we even just hit disable into him with Sableye, he can't do his move. It doesn't matter that we go last because we just get the perish off and screw your stupid quash. It doesn't even do anything. But nope, good play, man. Everybody's making good plays. I don't know. We got nothing for ammunition, to be real with you here. It's already over. We've got like boomed like 2 or 3 times in one game. We've been getting boomed all day. Like Perish would have been huge here too, if like the confusion stuff would have worked. Now we just don't get anything to go with it. I should have probably hit Perish here. I was worried about getting hit with this exactly though, and yes, of course, they get the random targeting 50-50 into Gengar, which would have KO'd us. So, I don't know. It's over. 4 and 5 on the day. 4 losses in 5 games. Good lead by them to not go with the Arch and Sableye combo. Good lead by them as well to end up like doing the assortment of moves they did, and then I don't know, they played everything literally perfect, and then good move by them to hit Quash with Sableye, even though again it could have been a bad play and we could have just gone Perish plus Prankster disable and stopped him from hitting Hurricane. Then we would have hit Encore the next turn, he would have been cooked, we would have had their Dragonite trapped, we would have had their Basque Legion on low HP. I just feel like the problem with Pokemon and playing so tactically like this is that every play has to be the right play, and some people are just not going to do things that you would think are the right play. No matter what, even if it's like a 70-30 odds of like it being good or bad, it's still 70-30, like, you know, or 60-40 or whatever the heck it's going to be, or 50-50. Like, these odds are not fun to play with, and I don't know, man. It's tough to not be able to fight fire with fire and just be able to actually attack people very much. You can hear my passion for the Perish fading away as we face these Metamons 17 games over and over and over. But, I don't know, man. It's just tough. Alright, I gotta remember what I was saying yesterday about not getting too tilted, too. And, you know, go into each game just ready to try and put our best foot forward. Don't worry about none of the nonsense that we were just playing before. So, let's lock in here. Alright, we got Mega Floette. That seems like about the only real likelihood as far as that goes. Tailwind is interesting with Floette, but I feel like it's not good for the sake of, like, if we were to lead Sableye. The problem is that it could also use Quick Guard, too. So that's where Sableye could be kind of concerning. I'm down to try the Snorlax lead on that. However, the problem is if they go King Gambit or something like... Nah, we gotta check ourselves for the possible King Gambit lead. Speaking of which, like every Mega Floette team should, they have a King Gambit, so we check their King Gambit easy, but then Floette checks us right back. Incin? Maybe? What a chance an Incin lead could be good too. Talonflame's still like threatening into everything we do, to be real with you. Which low-key makes it so Prim as a lead could be another alternative option as well. I think I like that, actually. And with Fairy Aura too, if they go something like Floette plus Garchomp, we can threaten their Garchomp right back with the Moonblast too. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Why? Oh my gosh. It's because we have... Why is Combo... Oh my gosh. We cooked it. We cooked it. I thought I had Prim at 2 slot. Dude. I'm doing such bad stuff right now. Oh, man. Well, this is terrible. I don't think combo O against combo O against Floette is absolutely not what we want to see. And yep, it's exactly the lead that we thought they would go with as well. What a stupid play. What an absolutely stupid play. Floette threatens first turn KO. It's the dumbest lead ever. Combo O being at 2. I can't believe that happened. I mean, now we have to improvise hard. Oh my gosh, man. Let's think about what we can do at least. Disable, I feel like, is our way out of this. To at least try and repair things. I can't believe we did that. Alright, we gotta move on. We gotta move on. The problem that we face now is that we are threatened pretty heavily by a Kowtow cleave from... Oh. Why did you do that? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh. In what world? And then they sucker punch too, bro. Like, what in the world are we playing right now? I don't know, man. We could have literally just fired off a body press and you're just cooked. Why would you do that? I guess they're concerned about the poison type move from Gengar. Here's our out. We have to hope it's Sucker Punch again. It's like our only play, I think. Because we can't disable anything. Like, disabling Sucker Punch is useless and disabling Protect is useless. So... Oh, man. Let's see. Sucker Punch. Okay. Thank you. We at least live. We can double protect next turn and do the flip turn pivot as well. Okay, it's Gleam. Pretty considerable damage, but I think we are looking okay now. Yo, I'm gonna have to start speeding my Prim up to where it's faster than Kingambit. But low-key, that's it's like a problem both ways around, because if we're faster than Kingambit, it can Iron Head, if we're slower than Kingambit, it can Iron Head Flinch. But if we're faster, then something like Gengar has to switch into that as well. Okay. See that we get on Sableye, low-key, like right now off the flip turn. Buy me a fake out turn. Nah. Okay, we gotta lock in. We've recovered this fight quite a bit off the shenanigans they did. Okay, Count's gonna hit 2, end of this turn. Switch Gengar out, probably into something that we feel comfortable with the Kingambit doing damage into, or this guy will just hit a goofy Sucker Punch every single play. Maybe he doesn't have Kowtow. That's possible. Maybe he just doesn't have Kowtow Cleave. Okay. We go flip turn though, for sure. Unfortunately, someone has to switch into this Dazzling Gleam, which is terrible. It's gonna have to be Sableye, probably. Can we just stay in? Stay in, disable. And then flip into here. So we can get the Perish count off and then maybe fake out next turn. While we could fake out Floette to stop the fairy move from coming in. This is good as long as it doesn't have Kowtow. I'm kind of just hoping and praying that it doesn't, if you get what I'm saying with this play. So basically we're hoping that it has only Sucker Punch and it's going to keep on readying that. They use Protect on Floette instead of... Okay, once again, would have been a good play, and they didn't Sucker Punch, and instead they're going to just take a huge hit into our freaking Gengar, man, because they do indeed... Well, maybe they use Iron Head instead, to be fair. What a joke some people are who play this game. You have to play around it and then they just do dumb things. Why didn't you do that for the whole first turn? Like, why didn't you do that the entire beginning of the game? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna perish again. Playing around whatever they switch into. I'm going into soundproof combo. Calling the bluff on them, like staying in with Floette pretty much, but I don't know if we can recover from this. Trying to trap Floette, King Gambit together for 3 turns and then not getting it, just for you to have to do it again toward the end of the fight is like terrible. And also for that matter, we have no form of trapping them, so it's like even still terrible. So funny to me. We go double protect, call their bluff on like the whole switch out thing. It's like a Dire Claw is pretty obvious play into Prim right now. Whatever, I'm just gonna do it. If they switch out, it's kind of bad, but I need to gain some momentum on the Perish, so. Then maybe next turn we can fire off a Body Press, planning on it being like something like King Gambit switching or something like that. Why would they do that though? I feel like it makes sense to just ride these 2 out to the end, but then they might get greedy trying to like switch out. Okay, threatening absolutely nothing. We switch in Sableye right now for Prim for sure. Now, where do we want this Body Press directed at? We don't really care about Sneasler. Well, kind of. He is a threat, but like it's hard to take out. Let's go here. Good switch by them would be Floette into... Okay, well, it's not into the Sneasler slot, so that works out for us. This is just a fat L, I think, no matter what. I don't really want to forfeit, but we could fake out. Go ahead and Body Press into whatever is in the Melodic slot that wants to not switch. Then like double protect next turn. Probably a Sneasler play would make sense here. Or just sack Melodic, I guess. Could make some sense. If they do that, double protect would have been better here right now. No, not really though, because we kind of don't like the idea of leaving ourselves vulnerable with no protect on whatever comes in next. It's been a rough run here. A real rough run. I think we would look so good with either of the 2 leads that we planned on too. See King Gambit for no reason. Okay, thank you. That's cool. This guy sucks, for the record. But now we can Encore Floette too. It's a Choppleberry though. Yep. Ain't it always. Okay, we stay out here with these 2 for sure and just do the exact same moves. Well, the Encore into Floette, and then, do we even go Body Press into King Gambit, though, or do we just hit Draco? Floette's got no choice to really switch out, for being completely honest, but, Body Press is good into Melodic. It's still decent into Sneasler if they happen to switch it into this slot, too. I feel like Floette needs to get out. It's probably going to be Protect King Gambit, switch Floette out. But, I don't know if we really can play around anything other than... Okay, so they keep Floette out and they're stuck hitting Protect. Alright, we cooked them here. They're going to have to switch Floette now, like, no doubt about it. And I think we'll start cooking King Gambit Yeah, and whatever ends up in this other slot for that matter too. Fake out makes sense from Sneasler, to be fair. Like if they were to send Sneasler in, fake out, buy Floetta turn to switch out, pretty much. So I feel like that's like a pretty common logic sense. They have Melodic in the back even still too. Okay, they go Melodic, for that matter too. What if we get in on Prim? And no, because then Sneasler threatens as well. I think we protect Sableye and body press with Kamo into Melodic. We could get a head start on the Floette too, though, to be fair, by hitting something into the Sneasler slot. But I don't think we care about Sneasler that much, and we kind of want to get it down to like 2. I guess on the contrary, though, it's a little bit easier to probably trap like Melodic. So maybe it was a pointless KO to take here. Because now our Perish user is going to be... If we can just disable Dire Claw, that's really all that matters. Okay. How do we feel about Icy Wind if I were to Encore or disable that? Is this a 3-hit KO? If it has Citrus, no. Oh man, okay, my bad. I probably missed that. Wow, dude, it's a 4-hit KO into Melodic with body press. That's so crazy. What does Sneasler do here? It's a pretty obvious fake out, right? What if we do this and this? Go protect here. Although, low-key, if we go here and it was fake out, I guess the problem becomes if it's Dire Claw or fake out, which one we think they're doing. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I feel like we just protect. But the big boom play like that we could put on them is to go like Prim on the switch into the fake out, and then like threaten Perish. But because then we have Sableye on the field who can also Encore Sneasler into hitting something like fake out as well. They go protect. That is very good Encore potential. Do they go fake out? They don't. Oh wait, we don't know that yet. Dire Claw into Sableye maybe. Or maybe it still is into Kamo. Okay, it wasn't Sableye. We disable this and 100% switch in Prim. I think there's no doubt about it. We can start putting a Perish counter on them too, where like if they have to switch around it and I don't because we get Kamo in on a turn where like we switch Kamo in next to Prim and Prim uses Perish while Sneasler can't hit Dire Claw. Okay, they go Floette too. But now we have Kamo off the field. And with Sneasler not being able to use Dire Claw, could we just start a Perish counter? Because he can't do any damage, so we could go like Protect plus Perish, maybe? They go Close Combat, man. Alright, let me think about how this is going to work out good for us. I mean, it gets our Citrus Berry, yeah. They were White Herb Sneasler. I think we Protect Perish, unfortunately. We could use the Fairy Aura, though, against them, to be fair, and maybe try and just KO Floette is the thing, but like I don't know if we can do that comfortably. But Perish isn't really valuable yet either, is kind of the unfortunate thing. Wait, we know he's White Herb. What if we just Moonblast the Sneasler with the Fairy Aura? They could switch in Melodic though too, but like, I don't know. You're likely. It's possible. It's definitely possible. They could protect Floette too though. I don't know. We have to start moving. I don't think Perish works here. Unfortunately. At least not yet. They go Protect, man. For what? I mean, that's why, I guess. Can we disable? They have Gleam. Why would I don't know why they wouldn't hit Gleam, dude. Gosh, man. don't know. We're gonna have to just do things. Run out of time. Imagine they protect Floette or something right here. It's White Herb Sneasler, so if it hits close combat, it has to drop its defenses. Yeah, if they switch in Melodic, a drop right here is really annoying for the sake of if we drop its special attack with the Moonblast. Shoot, I don't know. I mean, what more can we do, really? They used Moonblast back to back. Alright, how much is our Fairy Aura boosted Moonblast doing in Melodic? Big. No drop. We Encore. Okay, I see a out, potentially, but we have to move fast. We Encore here, and Moonblast here. I mean, it's 3v3 right now, and we have Floette about to be a bot. I don't know if they're gonna see it coming. I don't know if they know how like, you know, Sableye Gaming works, of like the whole you get hit with the disable Encore. I mean, I feel like we've already done it to them before here, but okay, they do switch out Floette. If they don't protect here, that's really big, but they probably do, right? They don't, I think. Recover. Did we do enough with this? I don't think we did. Wow. Oh, right, because Floette's off the field now. Encore and protect. What an annoying way to go right here. We can't do anything. I don't know. We lose. We lose. We just had no firepower, no ability to stop them from switching. Once Gengar goes down, we're cooked. If we had like infinite amount of time on this game, I feel like we could win it though, because like doing this play right here lets us set up a Perish, you know, and like we could probably just disable this Dire Claw coming out next turn from Sneasler right here. Like we'd be able to disable, set up Perish right here. You know what? I'm gonna play this till the timer. We could play for a tie, or I think what it ended up being for me last time was whoever had more Mons available. It seemed like. Maybe the HP is stuff that we have to keep in mind too then though. I mean, is a Perish even worth then if that's the case? Probably not. I don't know. Let's play for the tie. Or see what happens when the clock reaches 0. I don't have time to get a successful Perish off, so there's no point in doing it. But that would have been my opening if the game was like 8 minutes longer, as I could have gone for like a Perish. Okay. Into Floette they go. We're trying to expedite the process of the game here, get this over with faster, since the time's running down. Dude, these switch animations take forever. I'm probably just going to protect switch spam. Bro protects on the Sneasler again. Alright, we just double protect here, no doubt. Boom, boom, get that in. They have a minute 30 left of their own timer for that matter. We only have 18 seconds though. What do we do next? We probably hit like disable with Sableye into a threatening move and switch combo into Prim, I think. Be fire if their timer takes forever too. They like time out. I don't think that's likely though. I think since we have less HP on our Mons, we aren't going to be able to... Dude, what are they doing? I guess he just protected, so he was worried about getting encored. Alright, well, we're probably going to disable whatever the heck Floette does, and then switch, yeah, disable that, switch combo in for, Prim. Boom, boom, boom. There. If they hit Gleam again, we survive. If they hit Moonblast, they take a KO and maybe get us down to 2 Mons. It's not exactly ideal if that happens, because then I think we don't have a chance at getting the win. Which I don't think we do anyway, realistically. What would be great is if their timer ends up running out, but I don't think that's going to happen now. See, Dazzling Gleam. And it was Moonblast. Prim gets KO'd by this. Yeah, for sure. That's unfortunate. Sableye survives, even if he gets burnt. Yeah, we lose. Okay. Tough. Wonder what would have happened if I had 3, if we would have tied or not. I'm not sure. Wow. What a slide we're on, dude. I think we're negative. Oh man, what a tough time. Alright. Well, we only have 5 more games left, so I'm gonna just keep playing them out. I am looking forward though to like the team building ideas again and just like messing around with stuff rather than just playing 45 games in 3 days. But anyway, let's see. We got Weavile, Arch. Weavile, we're faster than with Gengar, and we can also hit Disable on him for that matter as well, which like you can't do that with Sableye because he's Dark type. What else we got? I mean, it could be Mega Venusaur. It's a really weird team. Like a random assortment of stuff for sure. It could even be Mega Charizard. I feel like Snorlax makes sense, but it's a good combo game. I don't think so. Not really. It's definitely a good Prim game. Besides the fact that Venusaur is like extremely threatening. Probably have Prim on the back. Unless it's just, I mean, oh man. I think it makes sense to bring Prim. Does it make sense to bring Incineroar? Sort of, kind of. Physical attackers a lot, but then there's Arch. But Arch is problematic into Prim too. Let's go with some fake out value in the back and a good switch in for Gengar or maybe Sableye. Not technically, but still. See what we see on the lead. It's unfortunate how far we've dropped. Man. Weavile, Garchomp. Yeah, this would be one of those classic double threatening leads, for sure. Not to mention Combo doesn't really solve our problem against that, if we even brought him, but... Garchomp, Weavile, Garchomp, Weavile. Looking like a double protect play if I ever seen one. Because I think what that's going to do is we could disable something like Garchomp, Hidden Quake, or whatever it wants to do. And then Gengar is going to have to hit disable into the Weavile slot. Okay, unfortunate. I'm not going to lie, I don't know why in the world they would switch out of a Garchomp, to be real with you. But that kind of sucks too, because now if we off the double protect here, we don't have a way to like disable the Basket Legion, and now Sableye becomes pretty much useless technically for a turn. I might have to double switch. So they go knockoff. What are we cool with losing an item? Probably Incin. I think we have to go double switch here with the Snorlax and Incin play. Who's their Mega here? We still don't know. Could be Charizard, could be Venusaur. Alright, man. Because we can't do anything with Sableye and the Weavile. So that's just how it is right now. This is okay. I don't think this is terrible for us. We get double Intimidate into their double physical attackers. Chances are it might be Wave Crash into the Gengar slot, to be fair though, too. So like this could be a tougher like switch in, but I felt like it's probably also the Dark move. So I feel like the Wave Crash is more likely to come into the Sableye slot. But who knows? You never have any idea what in the world anybody's gonna do with this. It could even be Last Respects for all I know. Flip turned into Gengar. They were gonna double up, probably try and KO, I'm guessing. Oh, this is so annoying, man. I need to, you know, if we do consider rebuilding our team, Bastion Legion is literally going to be added to the squad just for the sake of that flip turn being valuable in the parish, while also still just being a good mon in general. There you go, Garchomp. We do still have the Shuka Berry, unless they knock it off. Yeah, okay. What do we want to do here? I kind of want to start getting Snorlax online and just let him like be useful against anybody but Bastion Legion, but then he can like sponge up damage pretty good on that too. So is it worth hitting a Fake Out or we just Protect? Because I'm trying to probably just hit Encore into... With the Rough Skin, that's kind of tough. And then he could knock off our Berry for that matter too. It makes a lot of sense. It's just we're doing a lot of nothing to just like get Snorlax online for hitting like Protect on him. Okay, well I mean technically this is like a decent play. Holy switch outs, man. What if we go like Encore into Basque? Problem is it's very incentivized to hit Wave Crash right now, and I think I'm just gonna have to let them take a KO. So maybe I go Encore on Garchomp and then like, dude, I don't know. We're so out of like ideas right now. It's not even funny. I'm just letting them take a KO on Incin. That's how it's gonna have to be. Okay. This Basket Legion with Flip Turn has just been such a menace. It's actually insane. Oh, we need that guy on the squad, man. They have something that switches into an Earthquake here. I don't remember what they've shown us. Charizard, technically. It's back into Weavile. Very unlikely Earthquake then, right? Scale Shot. Weavile with pressure is kind of hilarious, like, because it's kind of gonna cook our Snorlax. I think it only works if you target moves into them, though. Okay. We have a little bit of a trap setup here. It's a little weird, though, because I kind of want to do it with, you know what, let's just buy into the Snorlax play now. We're going here, and we're going to hit Disable into Garchomp. So Garchomp becomes useless. And I'm just going to fire off a Last Resort into Weavile. Because, yeah, it's encored into Scale Shot, and if we turn the Scale Shot off, then it can't do that. Boom. Right here. And then Basket Legion switch in again. They really could. I'm not gonna lie, they really, really could. I guess debatably we could have left him hitting Scale Shot, but this is cool. I kind of like the idea of Garchomp just being useless on the field. And they didn't switch out. Do they Fake Out? Okay, that would have happened before. Alright, so they knock off our leftovers, which really sucks, I'm not gonna lie. But should do huge damage. He didn't, I mean, we don't know about Sash, to be fair. I think it's our opportunity to go into Gengar. And then I'm going to play around a Basket Legion switch on this slot, maybe? Although that could still be kind of bad. Man, we can't do anything with Sableye. We don't have enough offense on this team, truth be told, dude. It's just like literally the case. Well, let's see it. If it's Basket Legion coming into the Weavile slot. I think knockoff would be like really bad. Okay, so at least we didn't go here with it. What do they go with here? It's probably knockoff in the Sableye slot. Really? And into Snorlax with Thick Fat too. We know Garchomp doesn't have Scarf, so if it comes out, we can outspeed that. The problem at hand is now Basculegion. We're just gonna have to end up trying to outspeed it. I don't know. We're behind, obviously, in this game. At least I think. They do go Garchomp. I don't know. We have 3 to their 3. We go like Protect here and just let this man just do work as much as he can against Garchomp. I'm gonna go for it. We still have no idea what their 4th is. They've been playing between these 3 Mons the entire game. If they hit Scale Shot, this is huge damage, by the way, because they don't have a White Herb anymore. Okay. Is it Flip Turn from Basque again? It is. Do they take a KO? What would be really nice here is if I take a KO into Garchomp, but I don't think that's going to happen. Alright, we get to find out who their 4th Mon is. Arch. Wow. Wow. If that would have hit Snorlax, we would have KO'd him off the defense drop. Like, I think, but I'm not. I guess I'm not positive about that. I have to hope Arch doesn't take a 1-hit KO into Gengar, which probably means I have to hope for a Draco miss, if we're being honest. And then chances are it could be a Basculegion switch in over there. Let's hit this in anticipation of getting Sableye in at some point, maybe. Oh, dude, that would have been huge. Okay. Hopefully KOs. I'm not even sure that this does. Okay, yeah. We know Basculegion's in the back. We can't perish though because Basque is gonna like take out the whole squad. So basically, I think we need to Protect plus Encore. He's been operating like he's Scarfed though, so I think I might want to do that instead and do the Arch slot. The problem is, if I don't hard switch in Sableye right now, and they choose not to take a KO into Snorlax, then like we're kind of cooked. But if I do hard switch into Sableye and they double target into the slot, then that's bad. I mean, pretty much. Let's just fire it off. Who do we want to do this into, just in case? I think I like over here because we could like fast disable with Gengar into Arch next turn. So if they don't get a KO into I mean that was pretty obvious to be fair. Okay. So here's our play now. Low key though, oh my gosh, hold on. Nah, so there's a couple ways we could go around this. Because they have 2 Mons KO'd, it's 2v2 right now, and Sableye can come in and hit an Encore or disable into anybody. If we encored the Aura Sphere, we would have them so cooked, it's not even funny. But problem is Basculegion, if it's Scarfed, is threatening us quite a bit. So I think we go here and then disable and hope that it's Scarfed so that we can just make it useless. And then we try and take a 2-hit KO into Arch and hope that Arch doesn't take a 1-hit KO into us. Because I can't Protect, unfortunately. So this is the best form of protecting I can do on Gengar. So disable Last Respects. He's been operating like he's been Scarfed all game, in my opinion. But maybe he's just been flip turning over and over again. It was indeed Scarfed. It's faster than our Gengar. This is 2-hit KO territory, I think, typically on Arch. Unless it's Citrus. No Citrus. Draco. Oh, no. We live. Alright. This is big. It's lefties. It went down to 44, so we did exactly enough to KO if we duplicate the attack. Now, this is where, what if we do this? Hold on. He's disabled for 3 turns. We get to find out if it's scarfed by hitting protect right here. And then, we could encore him into Draco, since we're gonna live it, you know, pretty easy. And then we'll disable him next turn. If, oof, but I kind of give myself, I kind of screw myself over if it's gonna be something like, non-scarf Basket Legion is the thing. So is this even valuable play? I don't know if it is or not, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna play around the Basket Legion being scarfed. Because basically what we can do, we can encore him into Draco and then disable him next turn as well. No, it was, because we know that for sure. Because the Basket Legion, yeah, was faster than my Gengar. Okay. Okay, it does. If this crits, we're cooked. Although we have a Focus Sash too. So, okay, now we disable his Draco. He literally can't do anything, and then we will have him offline for quite a few turns, where all he can do is struggle. We go here because Basque is gonna have his done in 2 turns, as opposed to Arch. We need to disable right now. I'm trying to think. Struggle damage if we don't one-hit KO Basque. Struggle damage into Gengar. Can that KO? That's what it's going to come down to. Okay, hit Sableye anyway. And now we for sure KO on this exact turn. I don't think there's any world where a Basket Legion lives this, even if it was bulk invested and all that. But considering it's Scarf with max speed, it for sure wasn't. So it was probably like a, 80-something% chance to KO him right there. Alright, so now Arch is going to struggle, but he has to for a couple of turns. So even if our Shadow Ball doesn't KO him, we're still kind of chilling. We just kind of fire off whatever into him because Sableye can't really do anything right now. And if it hits struggle into Sableye, I'm cool with that as well. So we don't really want to protect either. So leaves us some versatility. This is not going to KO, pretty likely. However, he is going to struggle and hit somebody. Oh wow, we did. Oh, we crit. Okay. He would have hit anybody with a struggle and lost 25% though. So like, then we still have 1 Mon stay alive. So we were going to win that for sure by that point of the turn. But we danced around that Scarf Basket Legion good. That's how it always comes down to with trying to beat him. Just always that. All right, so that was game 11. We have 4 more. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that makes us 5 and 6. So we're recovering a little bit. Yeah, that should be our 5th win. All right, let's get right into it. All right, I just want to say before we start searching on this, we win 4 in a row right here. We end on a 5-game winning streak and end the day 9 and 6. It's not ideal, but it's literally what we did yesterday, and we could duplicate it. And this is exactly how it went yesterday, where we had a terrible middle stretch and then finished on a really big heater at the end. So let's just do it. Let's just try and win 4 in a row and like approach it as if that's our goal right now. I'm playing the Japanese players a lot now. Mega Floette, Farigiraf. Oof, yikes. Farigiraf. With also the potential of select. They have a Trick Room team, I'm guessing. Basket Legion probably fits into both. Tailwind team with the Cleaver. Shoot. And then Follow Me Mousehold. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Not ideal as far as what we like to see. Incineroar could be okay, but the problem is we really, really need Sableye for Basket Legion. But then if it's surrounded with Farigiraf, that's really bad. So what if we bring Sableye and Snorlax? I'm bringing Sableye in the lead. And we have to switch to Snorlax if it happens to be Farigiraf out there, and then we can just encore it in the Trick Room situation. We don't need Cleaver or Combo, and we definitely just don't bring him, I think. Problem is Cleaver is pretty big damage all around here, but I think. I mean, Combo walls a lot. It's just that with Floette and Farigiraf, it's pretty threatening. But he walls those middle 4 a lot. Same kind of is applied to Incin. But I feel like with a team style like this, nah, but oof. Okay, I don't know how to feel great about either of those, whether it was Incin or Prim, because I want some backup Paris value, but if they happen to bring, like, for instance, Scovillain, would have been really bad for Prim's sake. That is if it even had a grass move, to be real, though. It's possible that it doesn't. They're a Mimikyu Admire. Thank God they don't have that right now. Alright, well, it's Farigiraf, Basket Legion. We go Snorlax here, for sure. Plus Protect, and basically just buying Snorlax some turns to, like, then hit Encore into Farigiraf the next turn, and then hit Protect, and then he's back online with the Last Resort, and, like, they don't have an Intimidator or anything like that either, so I'll probably send in Incin for the turn of Gengar needing to switch out. So, yeah. Alright, they don't switch. It's possible Basket Legion just goes for a flip turn too, though. Like he has been, but I don't know. Let's see, we're not going to see any orders of speed, because I'm going to Protect. So we don't get to find out any information about Basket Legion. Yep, alright. It's cool. It's whatever, man. Everybody loves this guy. If they send something completely non-threatening into Gengar, okay, that's kind of low-key. Hold on, I have an idea. Now, why in the world would you do that? Why would you do that? I'm concerned about the idea of Farigiraf still having a Psychic move, but it just clicked it, like it didn't click it for no reason. I have no idea. But now if it does it, it's like pretty threatening indeed. It maybe did that just for Sableye's sake? I don't know why you would care about him though. What I want to do is Encore disable the Farigiraf, but since they didn't set up Trick Room, it's kind of a problem. Do I really just sit here and... I mean, they have Floette in now. We're kind of stuck. Okay, I have to hope it's not a Psychic move. I don't know why they wouldn't, though. I don't know. I just don't... I also then still don't get why they wouldn't have on the first turn. If they know what they're doing. Like, Sableye literally couldn't do anything. I probably trolled here, but I don't have much, like, good switch. I guess Sableye would have been, but then, like, if Floette hits me with some big damage, too, you know what I mean? Like, Sableye is cooked by that. Ah, man, if it's Psychic, we're done for. Okay, yeah, I mean, don't know why you're using that move, but alright, we'll take it. Problem is, now... we're a little bit in trouble, and we really lucked out by them having that for the record, though. But I mean, it's like a no-brainer to double Protect. But what if I think we need to get Incin in right now so we can hit the Parting Shot, and then if it's Psychic Noise, we know that it can't do anything into Incin with that slot. So we can do this Parting Shot, get back into Snorlax on the Gengar turn of like needing to switch out. We keep Sableye intact too, and as long as Gengar stays alive, we have solutions for the Basket Legion. If we have Sableye and Gengar both, Snorlax is going to be fodder here. We're just using him as like a meat shield now. So yeah, let me make sure we Protect right here. Boom. Switch Incin in right now. Live whatever's coming out, very, very likely, and then be able to Parting Shot out with Incin while bringing Snorlax in on the next turn. See Gleam again, maybe? Okay, it's like the least damage we'd see into Incineroar here. It's still gonna do about 60, 70, yeah. 80 actually. Psychic Noise. They could take the KO on Incin if they really wanted to, but we're gonna have to just play this like safe. Dude, what sucks is this Farigiraf might be able to outspeed and do a hit into like I feel like what they should want to do is go with the Psychic Noise again into Gengar, and then we Parting Shot on, I think, Farigiraf, just because it's possible it could dish out damage, but like Dang, man, I don't know. I mean, whatever we do, we can double protect on the Floette turn regardless, so I don't think we care about dropping its, like, special attack. Because we're slower anyway. So I'm doing this to check if we're faster. Like, if we're faster than Farigiraf, this at least, like, kind of covers us. We live that. I am indeed faster. Alright, what are the odds, though? What are the odds it's anything that's... It could be D-Gleam, right? Like, possibly. But we can't do anything other than this. I have to hope it was Psychic into Snorlax, like Psychic Noise. Or Hyper Voice. I could hope and pray for Hyper Voice, too, I guess. I don't know why I would do that. Oh, if it double gleams, we're cooked here, bro. I can't do anything else, though. I lowered its special attack, but, like, I think we get KO'd by anything on the Gleam. And no way they hit Psychic into this slot, though. Okay, huge, huge, huge. And we keep Snorlax alive in the process. While doing that, too, they prevented our Snorlax's healing, though. Okay, Basket Legion. I think I want Snorlax to get KO'd. Because I want Sableye to be able to come in. Because if I'm protecting Gengar right now... Wait. No, that's not how we do this. I think I have to send Incineroar out as fodder for Gengar at one point in time, whether it's this turn or the next. So if we go double protect right here, I think we just then sacrifice Snorlax while also sending in Incineroar. I believe that's how we do it. I wonder how Trick Room's gonna work. Okay, we don't have time to think about that right now. Just gonna do the double protect. But yeah, I think Incin becomes the fodder for Gengar. That like we just send it out and it gets KO'd, and then Snorlax we just kind of fire off damage and hope for him to get KO'd too. But on the next turn specifically, not this one. Snorlax can use Last Resort now though. Yeah, I think. Or wait, maybe I have that mistaken. When did he... No, we just switched him in for the Psychic Noise, so he would have to hit an Encore first in order to get online. So probably just have to do that regardless into probably Basket Legion for that matter in case he goes unchecked, and then we could hit Disable into it with Sableye on the next turn. And getting an Intimidate off here on Basket Legion could be useful. I just don't know exactly who for is kind of the thing. We're on low HP on everybody except for... Well, this is threatening. Mousehold, huh? They go follow me, probably. I'm gonna play for it just in case it weren't, though. Because what we can do eventually is bring... Wait. Nah, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go here. And then go here. If they leave Snorlax unchecked, as in they go follow me and try to get the KO into Gengar with the last respects, then that means we'll be able to come in with Sableye and disable the follow me next time. Okay. Let's see. And then our Sash would become valuable as well. They go Wave Crash and just take the KO right here. Is that a problem? I think we just fake out Mousehold now and disable Basket Legion. Yeah, that seems like a no-brainer. If we hit Fake Out into Mousehold and then I were to hit Encore, I think it would have to use Follow Me again, and then what we could do is disable it. So if we go Fake Out, Encore, Mousehold, let's say Sableye gets hit right here and our Sash becomes like vulnerable. I don't know if that's good either. But I don't know if we like disabling the Follow Me either. If we were to use it again. but it can't if we fake it out. Okay, let's just roll with this. Aqua Jet, if it's non-Scarf, could have maybe been a play. But now if it is Scarf, we're going to find it out before Gengar even has to get out here. So let's see if it A, switches its move, or B. Okay, so it uses that. We go Encore into it again. Thing is, if it goes Follow Me Mouse Hold, I think that's where we end up in a problem. What if we Encore him to force him to follow me? And just start firing off some Darkest Lariat here. Oh wait, but that's gonna take him on the KO. Wait, we could disable, and then I think Follow Me has plus priority, so it could go first. And if he does do it, then that'll mean we could hit Encore onto it the next turn. Yeah, okay, so, wait. Yeah, we're gonna Encore it, yes, indeed. Let's see what the deal is with this Basculegion. Is it Scarfed? He is struggling, so it is Scarfed indeed. And we're cool with that going into the Incin. Okay, low-key, we could probably just get rid of this thing. But, I'm trying to think. Disabled. I mean, okay, he forfeits. Alright, bet. I'm trying to think of exactly how to explain how that would have gone still. We probably, like, Encore the Mouse Hold, force him to struggle. Then we could, like, hit Encore again on Basculegion when it ends its current Encore. So I guess that's kind of how that probably would have gone down. I don't know at what point we would have got Gengar in. Thing is, I think Incineroar could just keep firing off Darkest Lariat as well. So, yeah, we danced around that Trick Room potential team pretty good, even though it wasn't actually. But yeah, being able to switch out and let Snorlax start doing things, I don't even know what really tipped the scales either, though, to be real with you. I guess the Perish, like, value, and also the fact that the Farigiraf had Psychic Noise instead of Psychic or Twin Beam, I guess, was what really saved the day for us. So thank goodness for that. We kind of got bailed out right there by that. It wasn't a good game, though we did win. We didn't really play well in that part of the game, or at least my team didn't have the capabilities of playing around that well enough, other than having to switch Sableye in, but then Sableye doesn't have any value while Farigiraf's on the field, especially if a Perish counter's not ticking him down. And that's really the only way we're going to deal with Floette, too, so I don't know, like, kind of just had to do that, and it was ugly. It was not a skillful win, I would still say. Alright, here we go into game 13. We are 6-6 currently. We could finish this on a pretty positive note if we can continue to do well here. Sneasler, Kingambit, Floette, Follow Me Mouse Hold that we just played, and then Talonflame Quick Guard potentially, while also having the Tailwind and Gale Wings in general, and then Garchomp. So, off rip, I feel like a very good defensive wall to this is going to be Kommo-o, except for the fact that Floette is their very obvious play that is like a no-brainer on the lead. The Quick Guard Talonflame is a little bit threatening, but I have yet to see anybody lead with it, and I feel like the more likely lead is the Kingambit standard that we see, where it's like Floette, Kingambit into our Gengar Sableye. We need Kommo-o, and then do I want Snorlax? He sponges up damage good, but like, it's not amazing value. Incin could help Kommo-o deal with Garchomp if that becomes a problem, as well as, it's not, I don't know if that's perfect though. Prim's really good, unless it were, like, Sneasler, to be fair. Meanwhile, Snorlax has our leftovers, which could be helpful, too. They have no ghosts, either, so he could at least do damage into most, and then also only resisted by Kingambit. If I do this, it's assuming that that means that we're leaving him as the one weakness to Kingambit is, like, what he doesn't want to see, and that Kommo-o can deal with that. But the problem might be, we need a good switch-in for Kingambit. But, like, I think that'd be fine because they're not going to be threatening a fighting move at Gengar Sableye. So, if this is the Kingambit Floette lead that I expect it to be, then we go fake out into Kingambit and set up Perish. I feel like most people kind of lead standard like that when they have the Floette. They go Sneasler Kingambit. That's even worse if you ask me, and we'll have to probably, we're going to play for the Perish fake out into Kingambit 100% now. It's really a quite awful lead, I must say. Like we cook this like hard. And even if they switch in Floette, we don't want to use up our protects anyway because we want to protect the next turn. So, like, this is a no-brainer fake-out Paris play. The only thing that ever leaves me exposed here is if Sneasler carries something like, wow, they kept them in, okay. Is if Sneasler carries something like Throat Chop, or if they get these statuses off, which we've had this happen to Sableye a lot lately, where he's getting froze and slept and all this nonsense. Wow. Also, double bad play. Double really bad play. I think now we're going Encore on that while protecting Gengar next turn. You could argue we should double protect, maybe. But I think it's okay to leave Sableye vulnerable. The contrary thing to that is if we can keep his Sash intact, it could be useful. So to go double protect right here, we could maybe just go double disable at that point. Like, for instance, to go, yeah, I don't know if staggering the turns matters, because I can only do one more thing to Sneasler with Sableye, and that's the only value that Sableye gets. So I think to go double protect here, and then go disable on Kingambit, hoping that we see Kowtow right now would be good. I think that's our answer, for sure. I'd really like to see that Kowtow cleave. It makes all the sense in the world, too. I don't think there's any world where they should run Sucker Punch into this, but let's see it. Okay, we disable that with Sableye, and then that also means that it's, yeah, Kowtow. Alright, boom. So we go disable plus disable, and now we end up with a double switch out potential of them not being able to hit Dire Claw or Kowtow cleave. And we kind of have to do this just for the sake of preserving the turn, if you get what I'm saying. It's kind of unfortunate because, well, I mean, debatably what we could do, we could Encore that and make it, because what happened last time is we switched into a close combat that was pretty tough on Snorlax. But Dire Claw is not exactly ideal either. But if we Encore him, I feel like it's like a more risky play that, like, can pay off, if you get what I'm saying. I think at the same time, though, we're just going to do this and we're going to have to gamble a little bit. We're going to have to sit here and hope that, okay, wow, it goes protect again. So we're not going to be able to actually, like, turn off any value, which actually might be better, really, because now that means that, it might be more incentivized to hit Dire Claw instead. All right, we're booming them. We're trolling them hard right now. All right, what's likely? I feel like it's maybe Kingambit, Iron Head, and then probably Dire Claw or Close Combat. So, are we cool with any switch in order that we do right here? I feel like it's, oh wow, okay, forfeit, boom. all right. You know, we're feeling good. We're feeling good right there. K and A, I don't know if that means that they're like, maybe they're like partners that are playing the game together or something like that. I hate to ruin their parade if that were the case, but hey, we need our wins, bro. I'm taking them no matter what. All right, we got 2 more games. What's a realistic goal for us here? My bad. Could have hit the Masters division off rip anyway. Yeah. All right, we can't get into this top 300 at all anyway. If we win 2 more in a row, I bet that puts us into like top 3,000 or so. Let's shoot for still just being top 5,000. Let's try and win. Simply put, let's try and win our next 2 games. I think that's about the easiest way you can slice that up. So, anyway, let's get into it. All right, going into game 14 here, we are 7-6. We're on a currently 3-game winning streak after losing like 4 out of 5. So, it's been a very hyperbolic day right here. All right, off rip, Hatterene Trick Room. It's like hard Trick Room potentially, but also with like a Charizard Sun potential as well. I feel like they should like their Trick Room a little bit more. Problem is, Snorlax can't do anything about Hatterene if it is the Trick Room setter. So maybe we just have to be ready to operate in the Trick Room, if you kind of get what I'm saying. Now, we leave ourselves pretty freaking vulnerable without Sableye if it's Charizard. And, like, who's there? I mean, it could be Mega Kang, but, like, I don't know. It's way more likely it's Mega Charizard. I mean, what if they just stagger their team a little bit and they have, like, a Sun component and a Trick Room component? The other issue is we need Kamo-O, but, like, against Hatterene and Farigiraf, it's terrible. I think we have to ditch Sableye this game, because Snorlax can still kind of provide the value into Charizard, especially with no Arrow on the team anyway. And then I think this is where we might want Prim Perish value on the back. Because I don't know if we really get a whole lot out of Incin, to be real with you. Yeah, not really. Other than that, it could like threaten more damage into Farigiraf, which like we kind of need to at the same time. But nah, I like back Perish value. We might need it a lot. And then also, just in, like, unless Charizard has Solar Beam, it's not gonna be able to deal with Prim like very quickly. All right, they went down the wire with their selections, so they were given this pretty heavy thought as well. All right, they're pretty high elo, same as us. Kang, Hatterene. All right. What do we like here? They're gonna go fake out Kang into Gengar with its like Scrappy. Problem is, wait, ooh, oh, we could boom him. We could boom him hard right here. Hold on. The only problem is we're gonna have to switch Gengar out because Hatterene threatens big with Psychic, but we could go into like Prim or something maybe. But if they do go Encore into Gengar, we could keep them stuck using Encore, or Fake Out, I mean. Then we'd be operating in a Trick Room, very likely. I think I like this play more than anything for us. If they use Psychic on Hatterene, what do we do there? Like right now, rather than to go Trick Room. So we can't Encore Hatterene no matter what, because it has Magic Bounce. Do they go Fake Out? I would really love to see that. Into Snorlax, bro. We have Scrappy Kang that could stop us from hitting Shadow Ball into Hatterene, and we're hitting Fake Out into Snorlax, bro. I gotta know this. I gotta know how much damage we do to Hatterene. Probably not enough. It's 89 to 106% with a HP invested Hatterene. I don't think I'm willing to make that type of a risky... Wait, they didn't even do Trick... Oh, wait, but we can't... Nah, the Magic Bounce stops us from doing that. Okay. Unfortunately, we have to Encore into Kang, even though it's probably just Fake Out last resort, and that's so annoying. We have no way to really disable him, ideally, other than if we get back in. Yeah, it is indeed. So, Encore there is just going to be a little bit tough, but we had no other choice because we can't do it into Hatterene with it being freaking Magic Bounce. So, such a Kryptonite to our Snorlax that's supposed to be the Kryptonite in the Trick Room teams. Do I believe Snorlax gets KO'd in situations like this as well? Like, do we just perish and then, like, get in on Gengar, start pivoting around a little bit? Or, like, do I just double protect right now? Wait, I have an idea. We get Chip here. I have to be concerned about a double up though into Prim. Oh, and then Prim's gonna get hit first. Yikes! I didn't think about that. Hold on. Moonblast, 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 boom, boom, boom. Okay, and then let's just protect. I forgot about how Prim is gonna do a fast flip turn into Hatterene, and then we're gonna have to switch things into Psychic. Great play. They're cooking us right now. These Trick Room squads leave us no, like, wiggle room at all. These are the most easy... I shouldn't say that, but... Oh my gosh, and they go Trick Room, bro. You gotta be kidding me. Snorlax threatens big damage back at people now, but, like... Let's bait a Psychic. I think, unless, this still baits a Psychic too, but it's like, someone's gonna have to take it though. It's quite annoying, I can't lie. My god, man. These freaking Trick Room teams is such a pain. I don't know, they're both big threats to us. It's kind of hard to decide where to go with the damage. I mean, Hatterene gets cooked by Double Last Resort, like, no doubt, I'd assume. Problem is, Hatterene goes, like, first in the Trick Room. You just die to a double up. I mean, dude, we're done for no matter what. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, man. Maybe we need to implement, like, a trick... No, it's just such a hard pair to, like, put Trick Room with Paris Trap. Like, it just makes no sense to do. I thought it was an easy 2-hit KO. Apparently not. Okay, here's the idea, right? Hatterene's faster. We have to, like, get risky, in my opinion, here. So, I think we protect Snorlax, and they hopefully they realize Hatterene is faster and takes the KO on Snorlax. And that's the way they can avoid taking the last resort, if you will. Problem is, if they did that, it's probably last resort into... Let's do this then. Wait, no, we can't. We gotta just Shadow Ball it. Okay, I'm gonna have to hope that they see this as their only right play of going for Psychic to finish off Snorlax. If they hit Gengar, we're cooked. Alright, we're cooked, yep. Which is really quite annoying, because we would have taken a KO. Like, if we would have reversed that, if we went Protect on Gengar, and, like, went Last Resort on Hatterene, we outspeed, take the KO, and, like, then they trade Snorlax for Hatterene. But, like, I guess, man, I don't know. Again, we just make plays and, like, it's 50-50s, and we haven't got a single 50-50 to go our way today. It's been every possible thing just ending up bad for us. It's a great play. And wow, holy moly, dude. Hatterene's insane. You know, I think the problem is this team gets very hard countered by Mega Gardevoir, and Hatterene is literally like Mega Gardevoir Jr., but when you put it in Trick Room, it's literally just Gardevoir all over again. Because, like, Psychic and Fairy are huge threats to our team. Like, Fairy's bad to Sableye, and then also we can't even hit Encore Disable into it because of Magic Bounce. And then Psychic's terrible into Gengar, Psychic's terrible into Kamo-O, and then also Fairy's terrible into Kamo-O. So Kamo-O can never really wall things, but then they always surround these dudes with, like, some huge damage to people that would, like, you know, take advantage of stuff like that. Or, like, you know, that Kamo-O would do really good into, like, for instance, Dark Steel types, or even Kang is, like, good in that regard as well. So, dude, sheesh, man. Alright, I believe that makes us 7-7. We're 500 right now on the day, and we have one more game to decide if we go above or below. Alright, going into game 15 here, 7-7. The game to decide if we go above or below 500. I'm not deviating from what I thought was the right play the first time, and we ended up getting cooked for it by going Snorlax Gengar. Although they ended up, yeah, we got cooked for it because we ended up going Basket Legion. They went Basket Legion and Sableye. So, long story short, this way kind of solves the issue a little bit more, I think. While still covering for Arch, but leaves us in like a little bit of a 50-50 play, if we're being completely honest. Kamo-O walls the heck out of Scizor. Sort of, kind of. I guess Incineroar does a pretty decent job at it, but Bug Bite can do, like, pretty big damage. But between Intimidate and Fake Outs and stuff like that, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, we've literally been playing the same archetypes of teams, like, over and over again. Which, I mean, it's annoying, but I don't know. I guess it's expected. But the more I play stuff like this, the more it motivates me to really want to make, like, a good team myself. But I just don't know if Paris is capable of it or not. Then also, with the new season coming out in, like, a week, it feels a little bit kind of opposite to try and, like, build a team all again. But Okay, there go Arch Sableye. We're going to play the standard how we have been doing, where we have to sit here and be afraid of the Quash play and stuff like that. So instead of going with Encore Disable combo, we go with, like, I mean, it's going to be this, right? It's like Perish plus Fake Out. No brainer. This is how the standard lead would be for this every single time. No doubt about it. Where this like fight deviates is the idea of like hitting the double protect, and then we have to go with like a disable into Arch to stop it from using the same move that it used, or where we concern over the idea of the Quash, and like we could hit fast Encore with Sableye plus slow disable with Gengar and make him incapable. But on a play where they would use Quash, that's where that could be concerning. And we can't do it now because I faked them out. We might have to start thinking about how that's like tough, but like you can't really do that either because Arch then has an opening to like hit Gengar with huge damage with like Electro Shot while boosting up and everything. So basically what this always comes down to is you have one of two options. You either hit them with the fast disable with Sableye and then like double protect on that turn, like the next turn after this one with Gengar, just hoping to keep them safe. Or you hit fast disable, hoping not to get quashed, basically, while encoring with Sableye too. Either way you do it, it's a 50-50. It's like two different 50-50s, because it comes down to, is Arch readying a second Electro Shot after this, basically, is what you have to ask yourself. I feel like smart players shouldn't do that, and I have to ask myself then, is it an obvious play that if they went, okay, wow, like, see, that's where if, like, we, I don't know, I mean, it makes sense, though, but dude, I'm just gonna have to assume they all have the same brain cell and they all just work the same way and they want an Electro Shot. But like, where this would cook me is if they were to switch up the move now, basically. They went to Sableye with it. I wonder if that would persist. I'm not gonna lie though, I think I'm sticking to the standard stuff that I do right here where I go double protect. It still gives us like a shot in the dark if they were to switch the move up. And then we go disable again here. Because I feel like the play is Quash. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you very likely just go Quash Gengar and, like, troll me. It's just, maybe they get concerned about hitting, like, Draco or something like that. And maybe, I don't even think they have Draco. I think it's, like, Dragon Pulse. For my curiosity, I just want to know, let me see, Arch. A +1 Arch with Dragon Pulse. Oh shoot, okay. I guess we just do it, but let me see. Okay, we have a pretty high chance of living it after looking at this. Even a modest as well. So I think that makes it where it's even more likely that Electro Shot needs to be readied. A T-Wave. It's kind of annoying, but I guess that's what they have instead of Quash. Okay, well, either way, we disabled it, and now we just double switch out. Out goes Sableye for their team as well. So it's a little bit annoying though. We're gonna have to switch someone into a Dragon Pulse probably. Let's assume that it's gonna be in this slot. Now, I had to ask myself this last time we fought it too. Do we want Incin taking the hit instead? I think so. Though Snorlax doesn't really do great against Mega Scizor. That's where they switched this team up a little bit. I think they ended up bringing that instead of Sinistcha. On the bright side, though, we take their Arch down and we leave here with two people, like, pretty high. Unless, did I get the turns wrong and I wasn't paying attention? I think we're good. This seems like the way that the plays get made. Yeah, okay. Yeah, count hit one. I kind of lost track of the counter, but... Alright, we can fake out Pell. Okay, we sponged that up pretty good. Unfortunately, I kind of preferred it to hit Incin, but I guess after all said and done, it's not that bad. So Arch goes down. The other thing is, too, though, I feel like Basculegion makes a lot of sense to still have as your fourth, so maybe they didn't bring a Mega. It's either that or it's Scizor, right? Maybe they go back into Sableye to kind of mask that from us. No, it's Basque. Okay. What do we like here? What do you think of like a Pelipper Encore and like we just protect Incin? I don't know if I like that play though, is the thing. We have to get out with Incin one way or another. And also Basculegion has not been intimidated. I mean, we could Parting Shot. We could like Fake Out as well, but I feel like it's obvious that like Basculegion should be firing off damage into Incin. I think we're willing to let both of these guys be exposed, and I'm gonna go with Parting Shot plus Encore into Pel. Pelipper should be faster than Incin. Oh, okay. We live to... So if they split the attacks... this means whatever's in the back... Oh wait, it was... Oh, it's Sableye, so we're only getting a Parting Shot off into Sableye. That's like terrible value, but... Let's see what they do though. I don't know, maybe we are okay. I'd rather... Yeah, I think that I'd rather this takes out Incin. And now because we have that dealt with... Problem is, if I go Gengar to stop Pelipper from getting out right here... Oh, yo, wait. I think this is perfect, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, weather ends pretty soon, because they set the Rain Dance earlier. Yup. Alright, we keep him stuck using Weather Ball, and now he's useless. He's literally useless. He has to just keep using it over and over again. So now we can fire off like Shadow Balls into Sableye and just literally get him out of here. Pretty much. Or debatably I could set a Paris Trap up. But I don't know if I want to do that, is the thing. Kind of a problem that we're facing right now also is that I think what I'm going to do here is Shadow Ball here and then switch. Oh, yo, they could Rain Dance too though. Hold on. That's so not ideal. I didn't even think about that. Oh my gosh, that's so terrible. I hope this Protect works on Gengar then. Okay, we didn't get parried. It's pretty obvious to me they go Rain Dance here. They went T-Wave. Okay, bro. Alright, let's get this Encore off and then we cook them. Yeah, nice 50 power normal move. Like literally nothing. Okay. Alright, we have them kind of where we want them. It's not perfect even still though, but now I think what we do is we switch Snorlax out for Sableye. And we go Shadow Ball right here. How long is Pel's Encore for? 2 more turns? Yeah, we got that handled for sure. And Sableye stuck hitting T-Wave now. It's a little bit concerning, I guess, because now we have the potential of all 3 of our Mons getting hit with a Para. Which is not ideal, I guess, in retrospect, but they can only switch 1 out is kind of the thing, too. I feel like it's more likely they keep Sableye in. Wait, yeah, what if they do that? Hold on. Let's see it. I'm making a hard read on their... Oh my gosh, they switch out the other slots. It's pretty annoying. I had it right the first time. I just felt like it made more sense to get this useless Pelipper off your field, but I guess not. Citrus, okay, we know that now. Nice Weather Ball, bro. We need this Protect to work. We're leaving things a little bit vulnerable, to be real with y'all. Then we're also kind of in a sticky situation too, because the Encore ends. I mean, debatably we could switch Gengar out right now, but then it's going to let him leave. If this is Last Respects, we switch that in, protect Sableye, and then can Encore Pelipper again. Nah, let's just go Protect plus Protect. Sounds ridiculous, But them switching out Basket Legion on this turn could have been probably their good play too. Okay, our paras aren't happening, which it's only like a 12% or something like that for it to happen. So it's kind of whatever. Alright, the thing is, the Pelipper Weather Ball is still useless, so now it's going to have to rely on like low accuracy Hurricanes. It's kind of the thing. And now we go like disable on Bask. If they switch Basket Legion out though, this is where they get some value. And like kind of have potential to cook me a little bit now. Or we could just play the slow, switch out Gengar and Encore Pelipper again into using Weather Ball while not being able to get out. No, I don't know. Seems kind of bad. So let's just do this. Let's play around Scarf Basket Legion. Tough. Alright, we get a hit into Sableye, but like now it's going to be readying a Hurricane probably or something like that. Wow. We're like so close to readying 2-hit KOs like every time. Of course they don't miss a 70% accurate Hurricane for that matter either. Do they confuse? Yep, they do. Alright, yep. This is always cool, man, when you get this stupid freaking bird out here, man. Alright. We're going to Encore him into Hurricane, and then we're going to disable him next turn as well. Either way, this benefited him quite a bit with the whole, you know, Rain Dance, making Hurricane and Weather Ball better. Alright, well, no confuse when we didn't want to see it, at least. Or, like, yeah, it wasn't as important, but oh well. The obvious play now, in my opinion, is switch Pelipper out. I'm still going to disable him, though. We get some value here, hitting Encore with Snorlax into Sableye and disabling Pelipper. I think the obvious play is to switch out and go into Basket Legion for Pelipper slot. Yeah. I don't know, man. What can you do? This stupid freaking team is just full of, like, potential to, like, troll us. But, like, we also control them. It's just, dude, there's so many ghost types that are just, like, constantly being a problem here. I think we're double protecting. And we might even hit him with the Encore Disable combo. Or like, no, that doesn't necessarily work that way. If they stay in, we probably switch Gengar in for Snorlax in the next turn. I don't know why they'd really stay in with Sableye though. Yeah, it didn't really make a lot of sense to do. We're in this like loop of just like everybody likes this one instance with each other and doesn't like the others, so we're just like literally pivoting around over and over again. Yeah, obvious play. Snorlax online, I think, with the Last Resort. Or does he have to Encore? Shoot, I don't remember. This could be bad. It could certainly be bad, but I wanted to get some value out of Snorlax. I don't remember if we had our Encore used or not. I think this move's going to fail if I didn't have it, and I truly don't remember. So we might get kind of screwed here off my lack of knowing this. Not paying attention to the game enough. Okay, no, we had it, okay. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, we crit, but... So now what? They have to switch out Bask? What if we go with this? What if we go Disable plus Encore? Take you offline. Unless it switched the move. and then switched out Basket Legion while also taking out my Sableye. The problem is we're once again behind the clock. These guys have been making all their plays so fast, and I'm just not, so we're kind of cooked here. I feel like the only reason I'm doing this, well, dang. Maybe we had a good switch-in potential for Gengar right there on that exact moment. It's quite possible. Okay, and they played a really good combo on that. Thing is, Sableye gets KO'd now, and Pelipper gets stuck struggling. Where do we want to go with this Shadow Ball now? Do we predict the switch out from Pel and go with Shadow Ball into that slot? Or are they going to just let us, like, have their Pelipper sit on the field forever and just do nothing? I mean, we can last resort the Pel and hit the Shadow Ball. It's just that, like, I don't think there's any way we deal with Basket Legion if it's max speed. Or, no, we just lose to Basket Legion, simply put. I think is just how this goes now. Unless we just get super lucky with it switching in for somebody. I think they're trolling if they were to switch either of these guys out, honestly. But, like, where we could have cooked them here is if we went Shadow Ball into Pelipper, predicting a switch-in. Okay, yeah, they just stay in. It made all the sense in the world, really. And they're probably setting up their Basket Legion to take the KO next turn. Unfortunately, we have no way of damaging them with Snorlax. Hey, excuse me? I thought I disabled Encore comboed him. Okay, I guess I had that completely wrong. I thought we went Encore with Snorlax into Pelipper and disabled... Maybe I didn't disable the right move, I don't know. Oh, he switched up the move. He went from Weather Ball to Hurricane, I see. Okay. How long's my recording been going for? Is there any way we stall this game? It's been 18 minutes? Or is that 10? I think it's 10. Oh, no. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Give it a shot. See if somehow I can stall 3 turns of... or 3 minutes of, yeah, spamming Protect here. The problem is the Para is what has cooked me from even the opportunity of trying to win. This Sableye that has T-Wave instead of Quash, I'm not going to lie, 17 times better. I'm being completely honest. That stuff is a huge threat to our team. It actually kind of just ended our chances of winning at all because, you know, with... Oh, dang. Yeah, there goes our timer. Oh, well. Wait, can I can wait this out as long as I can, I think. I don't think there's any chance, though, that the turn order takes that long. What's the longest turn that this stuff could take? It's not the failed double protect. So I think it's Encore plus be getting KO'd. I don't know. I'm trying to think. It's probably a successful double protect. And then it would make it so his move doesn't play the animation. I don't know. I wonder, can we whittle this down? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. They went Wave Crash into... oh, wait. Okay, it was still Gengar, yeah. Okay. It would be pretty funny if we somehow won the game because we have more HP than this thing by the end of it. But that's the end for us, I think, unfortunately. Dude, we maybe could have pulled that off. Like, low-key, if we had just a little bit more time. Granted, I only spent that last turn all the way down because I think it allowed us to, but yeah, that's tough, man. We fall outside of the top 10,000. Terrible way to end. We end up going below 500 on day 3 right here. Tough day. We're going to do a lot of reflecting on the team quite a bit here. I don't know. To go 45 games and only go plus 93,000 is tough, man. For sure. But what can you say? We had a good day 1, a worse day 2, and then a worse day 3. I don't know. Tough time for sure. All right, so as you guys can see, not a great day for us. We end up going negative. We end up going 7 and 8. We had a pretty strong start and a pretty strong finish, but a terrible mid-stretch. Like, I think we ended up losing, I believe, 5 out of 6 games in a row, pretty much, and that was really, really tough. But to start with, we went, I believe, 3 and 1. Then we lost, like I said, 5 out of 6, and then we ended up winning, I believe, maybe 4 out of the last 5, something like that. I don't really entirely remember, but yeah, I think that's exact. Wait, no, it was probably 3 of the last 5 or 3 of the last 4, something like that. But anyway, long story short, we do end today with a 7 and 8 record, which is terrible. We absolutely did not want that. That middle stretch was really, really bad. Just, I don't know, really unfortunate, man. We just kept running into terrible losses. Me getting outplayed, me feeling like my team was a little bit inferior to a lot of the meta squads that we were playing as well. Me having to make a lot of in-game decisions that then they just kind of make the opposite decision for, where it feels like a 50-50 and I just ended up getting the play wrong, or you could say they got the play right. I don't know which one you really want to credit things to, where it's like if I made the other play that I thought was possible, we would have walled whatever they did, essentially. That happened at least like 5 times throughout the whole course of this tournament, maybe even 6. And yeah, it was like pivotal plays that changed the game, essentially, where we would have pretty much won or lost a lot of those situations. So you could chalk it up to bad luck. You could chalk it up to bad team. You could chalk it up to bad user for the losses that we got. I don't know. You could do a lot of those blame games of whether it's me, my team, or just in general, it's just Pokemon, you know? But overall, I do think we want to make some changes to the team. I think this team could use a lot more offense. The fact that we only have, like, let's count this up, right? Sableye has no damaging moves. Incineroar has 1 damaging move. Snorlax has 1 damaging move that can't be used unless it's like, you know, the prior 2 are used before it. Combo has 2 damaging moves, but one of them you can't use in succession. And then obviously with Body Press, you can use it over and over again. And then Prim has 2 damaging moves, but 1 is really just more of a pivot. And then Gengar obviously has Shadow Ball, but that's it. So we don't have enough damage on the team. We don't have enough offensive options and versatility, if we're being completely honest. So what the team could really use is a weather component, in my opinion, that you can kind of do like brain dead damage with and just be like, well, I don't care if you're water type. I'm going to use my rain boosted water spout or my rain boosted, you know, muddy water on Politoed or something like that. You guys get what I'm saying. I mean, whether it's the size spam teams that can just spam Expanding Force that we played against yesterday, or if it was, you know, Blastoise with Water Spout, stuff like that. Hatterene just using Dazzling Gleam or like Psychic, stuff like that. It just damage that you can just like throw at people and not care, you know? It's just a lot easier of a way to play the game. And though I do think we should still keep the probably Sableye Gengar function of the team, a lot of other spots are kind of questionable. I don't know how to feel about the majority of the rest of the team. I don't want to say that we're going to make an overhaul change, especially not to mention in 1 week the season ends and there's going to be brand new Mons anyway probably. So it's honestly probably not even worth considering revamping the team that hard. You guys will probably just catch me grinding the content a little bit before the season ends, getting these Dex entry videos out, and also just like some of the videos that we have from the Global Challenge. But I think a lot of it is still going to be spent with time thinking about who are good allies for Gengar and like thinking of the overhaul like team change in general. But yeah, I will be ready to really, really grind on the whole team building idea once the new season comes out and we can think about a lot of the new Mon additions and also how that changes the meta in general, because it really could. But anyway, that's all for this vid. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new to notice, all that good stuff. Like always, try to 1 to 200 likes, and if you made it to the end of the video, the super, super long one, feel free to just let me know you made it to the end, simply put, or say, Lake, I made it to the end, something like that. But anyway, that's all for the vid. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, that was it for the Global Challenge. We ended up going, I believe, 27 and 18. Something like, yeah, I think that's exactly what we ended. 27 and 18, which, you know, all things considered, 9 games up above 500 is not that terrible. And I ended up probably at like 10K on the leaderboard, something like that. But yeah, we could have done better for sure. It is what it is, though. I don't know. We're going to come back with a different team, a little bit of some different practice, and get like a different mode on the team probably figured out. So anyway, that's all. Appreciate y'all for watching. None of that. Take it easy, man. Peace.